Oh, good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of 3 for streaming. Got a big one tonight. We are going to build Embrace. We will be lubing some switches. I got to lube about 50 switches first, so that'll take up the first half of the stream. And then we will build Embrace. Evan, the Trashman, should be joining via Zoom here in probably, give or say, an hour or so. So we'll do an interview with Evan as well, which is really exciting. But super happy that you guys can all be here. Welcome. I hope you're having a good night. This has been fun. To have 3 streams in a row has been fantastic, and something that I didn't know that I could ever pull off, at least at this early stage. We are ever so slowly approaching 400 followers, so I am beyond ecstatic at how far we've come with this stream, and I couldn't have done it without the help of y'all. We're at 378 as of right now. Shout out to Quappa and Brandy. Oh, Brand Dynamite. Thank you for the follows. So I hope you get to see this in the VOD if you're not here now. I see Reimer is ready for the giveaway. I see that. I'm gonna start that giveaway in a minute. Just hang tight. I'm gonna show you guys what we're giving away here. Tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, no group by spot giveaways or anything like that. But we're still giving away something that's trash related, which would be very cool. And looking forward to giving that. So that'll be cool. Grinby Jelly, welcome and thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing all right tonight. Dar says, howdy Hedgie, embrace. Juan Carlos says, woohoo. Finality says, I missed the first one this week, but catching these other 2 back to back was nice. That's awesome. I appreciate that. First one was okay. It was doing Pomelo, and then last night doing Paintbrush, and then tonight doing Embrace has been very cool. Definitely check out the Pomelo build though. Check that VOD out if you can. That's on YouTube or here on Twitch. It's a lot of fun. I had a good time with Dan. Dan's always a blast when we hang out, so I really like him. So can't wait to see what Glow's winning tonight. I actually don't think Glow wants to win this because it actually has to do with him. So we'll see how that goes. I don't care about Embrace. I'm here for Lube Hour. That's what Coffee says. Well, with all the D's Nuts jokes that are about to fly down, what can you say? It's Lubing D's Nuts. I'm excited. We're going to show Embrace later. I'm not going to show it right now. I know a couple of you've seen some pictures posted in the Discord servers, etc. But we will definitely show that once I get done lubing. And I'm not going to waste a ton of time before I get started lubing because I know how long it's going to take me. So I just want to make sure I get through that for sure. So Reimer says, these 3 streams have kept me sane while traveling this week. Well, man, I'm glad I can provide that for you. Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Super hyped for Nashville. Speaking of travel, I am going to box up all my stuff tomorrow. All my boards, except for Embrace, which I'll probably play games on tomorrow night, honestly. But I get up early. I'm getting up at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning and hitting the road up to Nashville. Going to stop at Buc-ee's like I talked about, and then get up to Nashville for the meetup, which is like noon to 6, something like that. And I know most of us are going out. We're going to party and have a good time, and that should be a blast. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'm doing a quick turnaround. I'm getting up Sunday morning, probably leave by 9 o'clock at the latest, so I can get back to Atlanta around 2:30, somewhere in there. Can't spend the entire weekend away from the wife, but, I tried. I tried. Gnarly says, so what's this big announcement, Mr. 40 Streamer? The announcement will come towards the end when I definitely want to build the hype for that. Sorry, I'm going to build the hype for that, so that will come. But yeah. Volume is a bit low on my end or the music. I can help on either one, Tenor. You tell me. Chrome, you will see it. It's just gonna come later. I promise I will show it. Apologies if you can't make the second half of the stream. Apologies in advance. But I definitely want to go through the standard process. of Lubing and then showing and etc. The announcement is the Embrace group buy is canceled. That wouldn't be right, would it? Build this on stream and then just be like, surprise, it's canceled, bitches. That does no good for anybody. But no, we're gonna have a good time tonight. And apologies for the format. I know my personal camera, my face cam is wider than normal. It's because I'm on Zoom, so when Evan joins, you can actually see him, versus like having it do the swap or being scrunched and not seeing either one of us. So just like it did with Will, Project Kane did the same thing there. So yeah. All right, so let me show you what we're giving away tonight. I think it's pretty cool. Some of you may not. Got it over here in this box. We are giving away these nuts. No, but seriously, we are giving away a cargo van, a 3D printed cargo van. Maker Jake with the PCB, and Glow with the case, which is why I said I don't think Glow wants to win his own case. But this will be given away tonight, and I will go ahead, for the sanity of everybody else, and start that giveaway. So entry is open. If you are a subscriber, you get 4 tickets. If you are just a follower, you get 2. That's just a thank you again to all of you who are subscribers. All right, perfect. Looks like it is working, I think. No, sorry. Okay. Yeah, it is working. Excellent. It is working. Perfect. All right, everybody's entering. Let's go. Everybody wants that cargo van. You will need a Pro Micro or Elite C, switches and keycaps, obviously. It comes with the diode, so you're good there. But you will need a Pro Micro or Elite C, just FYI. So, Ray says, if I win, I'm going to turn the top clusters into picture frames. Hey, that's cool. If that's what makes you happy, then go for it. That's awesome, man. A lot of people just bomb that entry. So, like I said, I don't want to waste a lot of time. I know how long it takes me to lube. So we're going to get started. The switches that are going into Embrace, it is hot swap, but the switches that we're going to put in there tonight, Crystal Iceberg 58 grams. So these are awesome. They sound decent as they are, but I want to make sure they are lubed. And I think they're already lightly lubed from the factory, but I'm going to make sure that the housings really get done well. The thing that I really like the most is the way that the housing is set up for RGB, which is on the Embrace. So it's hard to see, but there is a round, or I guess a convex lens piece here. So it helps amplify the RGB, which is really cool. So these are perfect. I tried them a couple times already. I've taken this Embrace apart and put it back together probably 10 times at least. So I'm very comfortable doing that over and over and over. So this should be very easy and fun stream. I should not expect any hiccups, but lubing is always the longest and hardest part, right? That's what she said. So I'm not going to do all 50 switches because I don't need all 50. So let's count real fast. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 49. All right, one less than 50. Actually, 48 because I'm not using the one of these for the space bar. So that's the one caveat to this. So nah, I gotta be putting caps. Nope. The keycaps, I actually posted the picture already. I'm using PBT Fans Neon keycaps tonight. They do well to diffuse the RGB, which is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, these the springs in these are significant. They are dual stage springs, I guess. So just something to keep in mind. But again, these are already semi-lightly lubed, so hopefully this won't take forever, and we can get through this pretty quickly. Although we might get stuck waiting for Evan, honestly. Although I might start putting together the board before Evan gets here, and we'll go from there. And these are also long pull. They're long pull linears, so they make some nice sounds for sure. I see you got a new first-time chat from Ann Potsky. Welcome. Hope you have good luck in the raffle. Thank you for coming out tonight. Appreciate that. Should be a lot of fun tonight. Again, I'm excited about this. The announcement is going to be awesome. It'll be cool to have Evan on stream finally. I've been wanting to get him on stream for a while and kind of do an interview. So this will be like a pseudo interview. We'll talk about Embrace. Any questions that you guys have that you want to ask of Evan, we can make sure we do that as well on stream, which would be really cool. I did see Camburger. I did see your D's Nuts jokes. Cargo van D's Nuts in your mouth. It's okay. That's an okay one. I did get my dad tonight with Segundis. I asked him if he knew about the Segundis tribe, and he was like, who? And I'm like, the Segundis tribe. And he's like, Segundis. And I was like, ha! Segundis nuts in your mouth. That was pretty funny. And he actually laughed, which is good too. Wow, this one's giving me trouble already. That's not a good sign. I will say these switches are the Kale tops, like the weird. They're not the MX style tops with the 4 prongs. They've got just the 2, so these are a little bit of a pain in the ass to get open. Mace says he is rebuilding his Curio and he'll race me. He'll probably beat me. Although if we were truly doing a speed run of a hot swap build, you know I would whoop your ass. So it's okay. Ash made it. Awesome. I hope you're willing to stay up late, Ash. But I do appreciate you making it. Thank you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing okay. Finality says I picked up some rainbow icebergs a bit ago and I've been putting off lubing them. LOL. Yeah, like I said, lubing's not my favorite. I didn't, as you know, the last 2 weeks I did a lot of lubing for different switches, and these ones I'm motivated to do just because obviously it's my build, it's not someone else's. So I'm antsy to get started and knock these out, and I didn't want to like do them beforehand and then just like come on and sit around for a while or start the stream later. I'd rather just stream, have you guys hang out while I do this, and then we will attack the board after these are done. And again, these should not take super long. They honestly need a light lubing in the housing, and then the stems just need to be brushed. I see that the stems obviously have some lube on them already from the factory, which is what happened with the Oil Kings, by the way. The Gateron Oil Kings, all I had to do was put lube into the bottom housing, and then the stems were already pre-lubed, so I literally just took the brush and had to brush straight down and around the stem and got exactly what I wanted, the desired effect. So that's pretty cool. Alright, keycaps are going to be drop, skylight, shine through. That's what you thought they were, Coffee. Okay, interesting. Or are you saying when you eventually get embraced? Is that what you're saying? Man, this all these switch openers with the Kale tops I always struggle with. I don't know why. The MX tops never really give me an issue, or have not given me an issue in the past. I can feel like a little bit of that lube on there too. I can definitely feel that. So, and like I said, they're pretty smooth, but I'm hoping just a little bit of extra lube kind of helps quiet them a little bit in like a deeper sound, because they are a hair high pitch, but it's not bad. Wow. Okay. Lucy says, finally got a standing desk at home today. Nice. It's quite an upgrade. Yeah, I bet. We've got the electronic standing desks at our office whenever I go in. And I usually don't put it in standing mode, but I did recently and I really enjoyed it. So that's pretty cool, man. I hope you're enjoying that. Try not to get like hair all over my Switch. That would suck. Histrionic. Oh, when I made the joke, Chronomap said when I made the joke about D's nuts to my dad, removes you from the will. Hey, you never know. Histrionic announcement is double shot hub tooling is paid for, built and ready. Man, I wish. We need someone to win the lottery for that to happen, bud. Sorry. Otherwise, I'm totally down, Would love for that to be a reality. Double shot hub would be perfection, because then we could do whatever colors we wanted, and man, can you imagine if like Evan and I like managed to get that done and like own the process, and then we could literally just run whatever colorways we wanted, and That'd be so sick. Paperwork hub. We could do all those ones that were shunned in the Kickstarter. We could do that. That'd be pretty funny. May says he does have to desolder first. No lubing for him, though. So, okay, well, I still think you'll probably beat me. That's just my opinion, but you never know. Like I said, it's not really a race, but I don't mind a little friendly competition. And these are... I should have at least opened these before the stream. These are a bitch to open. Good God. But I do like the dustproof stems. Those are kind of nice, and looking forward to putting that together. Pat Cole says, hello, Gibbon Brace. No, you have a curio, though, don't you? I believe you do. So, work on that. Play with that. Hexy the Grouch says, Kale feels more secure, but pulling them apart or opening them is a pain. Yeah, agreed. I just wish that process was a little bit easier. See, Tenor entered the raffle. Good job, Tenor. Come on, there we go. Just got to push a little harder, I think, than we're comfortable with, but the housings can stand that. Luxie says, I think Hub is my favorite profile. It's one of mine for sure. It's just very comfortable. Like, people don't understand. It's super comfortable. Mace blowing up my Discord with the group chat. Nah, Dad's just gonna bequeath you these nuts. You know, I would deserve it, I think, sometimes with him. I love my dad, though. That's pretty funny. Fuck, I would love Paperwork Hub in just blanks. What do you mean just blanks? Like, just the colors of Paperwork and Hub? That'd be kind of interesting. Like, just like the highlighted keys on the bottom, and then just, like, light gray for the alphas and dark gray for the mods. That'd be kind of cool. Like, to just get a blank set like that. I'd be down for that, because then you have color options. Maybe we need to find someone who can dye the Hub keycaps, like, and really get the results we're looking for, or just run Hub again and get blanks. I like Rage with the question to the group: what set would you put on the green cargo van? That would be interesting. It is highlighter green, so it'd be hard to pick a set, I'm sure, but you can always paint it. It's 3D printed, so you can always paint it. I used to do that with a lot of 3D printed cases and such. And it's not hard. I actually got very good at 3D printing and painting objects. Come on, dude. This one is... This one is a pain. Good God. I mean, at least these are very secure, but what a pain in the balls. Beige is always a classic. Yeah, beige would probably work on the cargo van. There we go. White on black, maybe. Yep, always white on black's always a winner. You could do black on white too. You could do either or. That's always good for like funky colors or like bright colors, etc. Like Lily. GMK gargling on cargo van. Like I said, I'm curious if we're gonna set a record for D's nuts jokes tonight. But then I realized that Alex Sotos did he did a stream, my first stream I ever watched of him, and literally I came in and it was like 15 minutes of nothing but D's nuts jokes, and I was like, okay, I'm out. And I literally just stopped watching. I haven't watched him since. True story. Also, him switching to the face camera all the time every time he said a joke, and I was like, I don't care about your mug. I don't need to see it. Hexy says paperwork. I don't know if there's enough keys in paperwork to cover cargo van, actually. That'd be something. Maybe DSA paperwork. I think there's enough keys with DSA paperwork, but GMK, no. You could always do DCS, obviously, too. I know that's still shipping out to everybody, but you could definitely do DCS paperwork. I never know how to say this. Peppy Toad, first time chat, welcome. Said Grecian, I think that's how you say it. Griseann, Grecian. May says Royal Alpha would be cool. Yep. Finality says, out of everything I have on hand, I feel like I'd probably put Senseo on the cargo van. That's what the basically it's white on black, right? Like that's base or black on white, I should say, but with the additional highlighted colors, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was dark green, highlighter green, maybe blanks, hub. Yep, black or white hub would look probably pretty good, and I think with hub you'd have enough keys to cover it, which would be good. Hexy says DCS, so DCS paperwork, yeah, that would work. You could do that one. I know Mike did, not that it would look good on this cargo van. Again, you can paint it. Mike put, or someone put DSS Hail Satan on a cargo van. I saw that in our server, for sure. And Hexy says, still waiting on the set. Yeah, I know they haven't got out to everybody, but hopefully you get yours soon and you enjoy it. Paperwork is my favorite colorway, hands down, just because it goes with everything, literally. And Peppy says, hello, Hedgie. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out tonight. Like I said, this first part I recognize might be a little boring and a little slow, but hopefully we have some good discussions. And then the second part will be a lot more fun and a lot more interesting, especially because y'all are here to see Embrace. That's why. That's why you're here. You're not here to see me. I'm just the sideshow. I recognize that. Man, my thumb is going to be destroyed at the end of all this. Good God. Come on. These are a real pain. They really are. Because I feel like you have to get like both the clips at the same time. You can't, if one goes, then like you have to reset, which kind of sucks. Beige with pastel pink accents. Interesting with bright green. That might be interesting. Dar says he tried GMK Serenity. Yeah, you'd almost get that, what's that, EVA vibe, right? You'd almost get that. I know Jake did put that on his Pegasus. Remember, I put paperwork on that Pegasus, though, too. And paperwork worked really well, so. Peppy says you should try to get chrome switch openers. They're very easy time for MX and wing latch switches, in my opinion. Okay, I'll check that out. I've been using this one. I've had this one for a long time. It's magnetic, and it's got the other half has the MX side, but that's good to know. Thank you. I appreciate the suggestion. I'm always down for suggestions, how to make my life easier on stream. Just like I'm still waiting for Morari to be my my Twitch admin. He's yet to do that, so it's a failure on his part. Finale says, still waiting for DCS paperwork and DSS after school, but looking forward to getting both. Nice. I know, is that after school the 1992 one? Is that the one that we were talking about? Because I know Big Dan ordered that on like Monday and it already arrived via Prototypist, which was crazy to me. I was like, damn, that's shipped from the UK already. And he put it on Pomelo tonight and it looks awesome, so happy he got that. DSS Hail Satan is going on the hole. Okay, I can call it the hell hole. Good play on words there, Coffee. I like that. The hell hole. By the way, low-key, Coffee, because you reminded me of Nashville, I am hoping to get a PayPal notification, or at least I hope they close the sale in time. Arium from Bogan and Chad from Rubber Hose both did a joint sale tonight. They posted the raffle probably half an hour before the stream started, and I'm hopefully crossing my fingers because one of the options is for shipping is no, I'm in Nashville, which is awesome, and I'd love to be able to just like roll in and pick up my cap, which would be sick. So we'll see. Hexy says, saving Hail Satan from my milk truck. I have good faith that the vendor will deliver. They have done good by me in the past. Okay, awesome. Man, Alpha Keycaps just posted a... I hope that's not a sale either. Oh my god, there's so many sales I've wanted to enter lately, and I just did win the Alpha sale last week, where I won a Capora and a Salvador. So luck, knock on wood, and I won that Sludge Kid raffle. Luck has been on my side recently. Oh, and I picked up that, I traded my Fagul win from Sludge Kid, and I picked up a Star Clusterfuck Reaper, which I'm super excited about. It looks amazing. I got it today. It's just a good-looking cap in person, and excited to have that one in the collection. So if you guys don't know what that is, go look up Star Clusterfuck Bro Caps. They're older colorway, but they are awesome. Really. Rage says, Hedge might be here for Embrace, but we're here for you too, man. Just put it in perspective, Alex. Is Alex... We're doing Embrace, I'd catch the VOD and skip through most of it. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. But he's not. It's me. So, you know, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I just watched my old stream. Sometimes I like put my old streams on in the background, especially to see like where I was last year versus now, and even like earlier this year. Because like early this year feels like an eternity. Like February of this year feels like an eternity away from me for some reason. And I was just watching that stream where I rebuilt the Phoenix, and I was pissed off about the Pearl, which I ended up buying anyway. And like, I was upset that Coob sent the Pearl to Alex to do a 40s review for a guy who doesn't use 40s, and I was like so blown away. And then he sent the one to what's his name, Luz, as well. And I was like, man, like I feel like I got screwed on that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So yeah. Wait, can Glow win this one technically? I guess he could if he actually was here and he entered, but I haven't seen him on stream in like weeks. It's been a while. Mutant, what's going on? You are not late. You're good. Nap says, can he enter? I'm entering for Glow. Okay, Nap. Do what you gotta do, man. Lube on the outside, or is it weird? Okay, some of these might be a little strange, but like I can see the lube inside, but I don't want to. Let's test one. I don't want to over lube these for sure, because then you get really, even like on linears, you get super sloppy switches. Super sloppy switches. It feels like it's a tongue twister. Super sloppy switches. But let's see how this goes. I'm almost out of 205 grade 0 from this tub. I do have another tub that's unopened, so. Man, it feels like these stems like absorb lube. That's kind of crazy. Alright, let's see what this is like. Put you right back. Oh, whoa. Okay, so releasing the, wow, we're all sorts of struggled. Releasing the stem may be an issue. Try not to touch too much of it. So if I can get this in there, can I release it? That's the question. Sort of. Okay. Then let's put the top on. Come on. Let's see. Oh, where's my other stock one? Let's see if I can tell a difference. Yep, this one sounds just ever so slightly deeper. That's what she said. Feels deeper. Yeah, okay. So not overlubing. That's the good news. Just because I don't have a ton of lube in here, I don't know if these will make the entire set of switches, but we'll see where this goes. So, all right. Wait, can Glow win? Glow is too afraid to join because we are all bullies. We are not bullies to Glow. He knows it's all a big joke. He's fine. I promise you. Glow doesn't take it personally. I know some of us think he does, but I promise you he doesn't. Nap says to film these too. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'd rather not. They're already tight enough. I don't need to. It just so happens that Glow's mailing address is mine if Glow wins. Okay, fair enough, Nap. I'll just make sure to hit you up if you win, and so that we can get it to Glow. I'll make sure that that happens. Raish said, dude, Alex disrespected the Pearl, lol. He put step caps in the 1.75U shift spot out of sheer not giving a shit. It was pretty crazy. Okay, I remember I mentioned that on my stream too. I was so like, I don't want to say upset, but I was like, what the hell? Andy did a 2U backspace. Andy did the 2.75 shift on their 2.25 whatever, 2.75 on the right shift. And I was like, these are the worst decisions ever. Ever. So, okay, I'm glad someone agrees with me. Legit love seeing Glow's crazy layouts. He didn't even have a 40 set. We don't need a 40 set. The whole, like, I think people forget that the original design for Pearl was so that you could have a 40, and that's why it had the funky stagger, was so that you could use base kit compatibility if the row profile wasn't correct. So Koob was using legitimately a 1.5U tab on row 3. So it was out of row profile, but it fit the keyboard. And then he used the whatchamacallit, the 1.5, was that / back? I don't have a board big enough to give a shit. But he was using that so that he could fit base kit compatibility on the Pearl. That was the whole point of that. Obviously now with everybody having like 40s kits available and the ability to purchase the kits needed, it's not, he could put it back to the standard 13U stagger, the standard, 1U 1.25, 1.75. That's your standard row stagger. But Alex's decisions were fucking bonkers. I don't understand. Coffee said, Alex TKLos. I can't even say that right. Alex TKLos. That's funny though. The first time I ever saw his name, I called him Alexidos. I was like, I don't understand how to say his name. Which reminds you, just like, I'm horrible with names to begin with. So if I fuck up your name when you follow or you subscribe or whatever, my apologies. I don't mean to. I literally just suck with names. So don't take it personally. Thank you. Make sure I put in a spring to know I finished it. Although I can see where I put the lube around the base post. Yeah, man, I'm like low on lube. Oh, quick update for those of you who were here last night. The wifey was not upset with me. Totally okay. I was happy I was home. I went up and hung out with her for quite a while after stream, so that was enjoyable. But I did laugh at your jokes about, Hedgie coming to bed. That's what it felt like a little bit, so I think this is mostly out. I can pull some off this later, and I will, but I have a brand spanking new tub with 205 grade 0, so let's go ahead and grab that out. Those of you that don't want to hang around for whatever reason and you want to drop, you feel free to come back in probably about 45 minutes. We'll probably be rolling in from there. Hope to hear from Evan soon on his updated timeline for hopping in the Zoom, and we'll go from there. Ash, significant other will definitely be angry when I get in the bed. LMAO. Yeah, sorry. But again, I appreciate you being here, so... Tell your significant other it's a hedgy stream. It takes precedence sometimes, Alright, this tape. This sucks. God. Are you afraid that's gonna, open at some point? You need to be able to open it to access it. It's always interesting looking when you open up a new thing of lube. Always. How's the music for you guys? Too loud tonight? I had to change the volume settings today, so I want to make sure it's not overpowering my talking or anything along those lines. And since there's no soldering tonight, we can use this as an Ask Me Anything time. So yeah, feel free, ask away any questions you have that are stream safe. I'm happy to answer. You want to try and get me with a D's Nuts joke? Go ahead, good luck. I've been prepping all day for all the D's Nuts jokes, so I doubt you'll get me there. Also, question for you guys. Should I wear this hat at the meetup? The beanie. I was thinking about it, because it's become part of my look, but I don't know if that's just overkill and stupid at a meetup. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Peppy says, tell them you're busy waiting to embrace these nuts. Well, I will show you guys. Embrace these nuts. It is on the board, so I will show you that. Rage says, wear it if it's cold inside. I don't know how their office is going to be, so I know it's going to be hot as hell in Nashville, so I just don't know if it'll be cold in the office or not. But I'm going to bring it either way. It just depends if I wear it or not. Because also if I wear it, even though I don't have like long hair or anything, my hair gets like weirdly pressed down, and then I want to make sure I have my normal hat. Son of a bitch. Make sure I have my normal hat to wear on top afterwards. So we'll see. Oh, top tier silk. Yeah. Evan playing the long game on that one, right? That's what I told him the other night when I got the PCB. I was like, yeah, that's definitely the long game for this one. Also, really happy I could fix the LED on that. Like I said last night, I had Vietnam flashbacks to when I built my corns, and you had to do the RGB LEDs, and they didn't have the legs at the time, so you had to bridge the solder from the LED to the actual board, and that was really like nerve-wracking and a pain in the ass. I only had to fix one of the LEDs on Embrace last night actually. Sorry, my nights are running together, and they come with the legs, which makes it so much easier. Those first couple of renditions of Corn were rough. They were definitely hard if you didn't know what you're doing, especially with like if you got the SMD with the hot swaps, so you're doing diodes, resistors, KO hot swaps, and the RGB LEDs. I think the first time I did that build, and I hot swapped my Pro Micros. I think first time I did the build, it took like 5 hours just from all the soldering. Like, it was so long and so tedious, because the best way to not overheat the LEDs was literally one leg at a time. So you do one leg, and like I just kept going down the row, and then you come back, next leg, because you're bridging the solder. So you had to solder at like 400 degrees. You couldn't go much higher, and you had to bridge it from the actual LED onto the pad, and that was just painstaking. But I did mine successfully, and I had no issues. I know a lot of people struggled, and then I think it was WorldSpawn. WorldSpawn came in and redesigned the PCB to hold the legged RGB LEDs, which made it a little bit easier. You still had to be careful with the temps, but at least you didn't have to bridge directly from the LED onto the PCB, which really was a pain in the ass. Don't miss that at all. Hexy says, my personal bad flashback was installing an ESD chip into a board that did not include it. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I've been lucky enough I haven't had to like solder a microcontroller or anything like that, or like a chip itself. I'm not very good at that, so fortunately I haven't had to do that yet, but oof. Lutang, what's going on, man? How are you? You and I were talking, hopefully USPS doesn't absolutely F you in terms of waiting for DSA paperwork, but I do hope you enjoy that set. Peppy says, oh man, old corns are a rite of passage, aren't they? I feel like anybody who had to solder those really like earned their stripes, if you will. But I learned a lot about soldering that way, so, and it's made me way more proficient now, which is great. Corn with less took me probably 8 hours, lol. Yeah. Oh, USPS updated tracking. Okay, good. I told you I dropped it off with the lady, and she scanned it when I was there. And then she told me to get out of the way because there was other people waiting. She's like, "You're good, go." I'm like, "Okay." We have Bow on Bay. Oh, it's BA. I was gonna say like Bow. BA on Twitch. What's up, BA? How are you doing? Hope you're having a good night. Thought about buying some of your stuff today. There was one in particular I was gonna maybe hit you up about, but then Jake hit me up for the Vault 45 cost, and I went, "Oh, I can't buy anything right now." So Vault 45 is next in terms of the purchase queue. So I did go in on Vault 45. I'm gonna do a custom Cerakote. I don't even remember which one. I think I'm doing FX Cosmic over Graphite Black, I believe. So that's what I chose. Really looking forward to that. It's gonna be awesome. Adrian says, "Wait, 45 what?" Yeah, so Kane ran in his channel the Vault 45, which is basically the OG JD 45, but without the 12 tray mounting points like the original case. It's basically the same case design, except it mounts just like the Vault 35. So he ran that and had a couple open slots. I think this morning he had 2 open slots left, so I went ahead and said, "Hey, I'll take one." So I got in on that, and it is all closed up. Hey, look, Mirari's here, the guy who's not coming to Nashville with us. Boo this man. Everybody boo him. Everybody boo Mirari. I'm so disappointed in him. I won't have my car buddy on the way up to Nashville. Just have Swishy, which is fine. I guess Swishy's okay, but I won't have the designated Asian. Can I say that, Mirari? You're the designated Asian? Because you were teaching me how to say Korean words on stream when you were here. But yeah. Lutane got that last slot and sold my closet. There you go. There you go, man. Awesome. Tenor said he got Okinawa green. All right, Mirari, I forgive you because you subscribed. You're on Prime for 2 months in a row. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I forgive you. That's cool. Makes up for you not coming to Nashville with me. That one's done. Does Mirari even know what he entered for? Well, I guess it says it. It says cargo van, so that's fine. Mirari does know what he entered for. But as I say, it just shows up and it's like, hey. Mirari says, "You know what else isn't cool? Easy, me." Yeah, alright, bud. I wasn't trying to wreck you or make you feel too bad. I was just saying I wished you could have come to Nashville with me. I go pick up the rental car tomorrow. Like I said, I got to pack up all my boards. I'm just going to bring a box. My wife is like, "Bring a suitcase." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Because it rolls." I'm like, "I'd rather just bring a box." Everything will fit into a box. It'll be a very heavy box with Phoenix and both Pearls, probably, or both Oceans, probably weighing a combined 14 pounds between the 3 of them. Then I've got 2 Pearls, which are 2.5 pounds each. The good news is a lot of stuff outside of that isn't super heavy. But those 5 boards alone are going to be, you know, almost 20 pounds in keyboards. So, fun stuff. Big Dan is here. What's up, man? How are you? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're enjoying your Pomelo with 1992 after school. Looked great. Happy to be able to show that on my Instagram and help promote that. That looked amazing. Also, as I mentioned last night, for those of you that did catch the Pomelo stream, we did end up tape modding the PCB, and it took away a lot of the ping, so that was good to see. And I've made the suggestion to Dan that we look at potentially desoldering at some point and putting in a different plate material. Aluminum's nice, but I think that aluminum for top, bottom, and plate just don't play well together in terms of sound. So my suggestion will be POM or PC or something along those lines potentially. Even acrylic, maybe some IMA, give it a little more flex. That'd be pretty cool. Rory says, "Get one of those kid red wagons." My wife said that, and oh, that was Evan. Evan said something. No rush. Evan said just a little bit. He won't be too much longer. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, red wagons. So my wife suggested that tonight. We've got one of those, not the original like old school red wagons. It's one of the newer ones that like folds and shit. You know, because everybody needs folding wagons. And we used it for like Halloween this last year to travel the kid around and help collect candy. And when she got tired of walking, you know, put her in the cart. So those are handy, but no, I'm not bringing that. I don't plan on it. I'm a big boy. I can carry some keyboards. I don't think Glow's in here yet, Lutang. Glow has been MIA. I think, as someone mentioned, we kind of bullied him, so I think he's MIA from streams for a little bit. Although, watch him show his ass up here with like 10 minutes to go tonight. Not that there's like a set timer, but like I just mean in general, like watch him show up and yeah, whatever. Making good progress with these. I love pre-lube switches just because if you're not willing to take the lube out, you can literally just kind of brush it around a little bit extra, and yeah. Rory says we like bullying people in the 40s chord too. Yeah. I know someone got muted on, what was that, Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday, I think they got muted. Tuesday got muted. Being a smartass and buy-sell trade. Kind of served him right. Just because, as you guys know, I've changed a lot in terms of like how I view our community in 40s. I used to be like super toxic. I know a lot of you know that, but like we have people posting in buy sell trade who potentially don't know the price of an item, or they're not aware that like, hey, the market's not, you know, the market's not bearing this number yet. Or at least anymore. And instead of being like, hey, I think this is priced $50 to $100 too high based on what I've seen across, you know, Mech Market and other servers, instead we got people being like, huh, 550 keck. And I'm like, that adds nothing to the conversation. Like, that literally adds nothing to the conversation. It doesn't help the person who's trying to sell it. Like, be nice and just help someone. Like, the guy who was selling that TMO had no idea that 500 was too high. I think he wanted 550. That's what I think. He wanted 550, and he had no idea. He was just trying to sell. And someone was basically like, "LOL, good luck." And I'm like, just tell him. Like, he thought the Treehouse version was limited, and he was like, "This is what I thought it was worth." And then it took like 8 hours, and no one responded to him. And I responded to him, and I was just like, yo, okay, let's, here it is. You're probably about $75 too high, you know? So, whatever. Nap says, nah, fuck you, manlet. Okay, Nap. Banned. The fuck out. GTFO. New follower, TXD Keycaps. Welcome. Thank you. Hope you're having a good night. We're currently in the process of lubing some switches for Embrace. Embrace will be on screen here in just a little while, but hope you're doing okay. Oh, that's Mirari. What the F? Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know. Like, I just looked up from chat, Nap. Like, I was doing this, and I look up, and then I see the chat, and I see fuck you, manlet, and I'm like, wow, that's really harsh, because I'm explaining, like, I want to be nice to people? Oh, I see. Okay, I catch the rest of the chat. Okay, you're all good. Mirari, I think I'm just going to ban you. I think because you're basically riling everybody up. I'm just going to ban your ass from the stream. And Potsky, what command are you looking for? You typed active. I don't have that set up. Is there something in particular you're interested in? Mutant says, so toxic. Nah, Mutant, you know me. Will Embrace have split space alternate layout? Yes, it will. In fact, I have the second plate as well. It's going to come with 2 plates, and I'll talk a little bit about this more as we start talking about the board and pull it out. That's what she said. And you're going to have 2 options. You're going to have, I think it's the standard minivan split space, I think. I don't think it's 2U and 2U. I think it's 2.2, 2.2U and 2.25, I believe. But yeah. Oh, and Potsky memeing on 40s. See, without the context, I'm so lost because I'm stuck looking down Lubing, so I have no idea. So thank you, Nap. Maybe Nap should be my my moderator. I thought it was 2.75, 2.25. It might be. I don't use split space, but we'll talk about it. I'll pull the plate out tonight. You'll see both plates, and we'll talk about some of the changes from the prototype to the group buy board as well, because there will be some changes for sure, from some quality of life changes based on feedback from myself and the other prototype participants as well. Mari says, Nap called me a manlet. I demand justice. Well, then show up to me with Nashville and I will remove the manlet tag. But until then, you are officially now a manlet per Nap. I see, Ann. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to tell memeing in real life chat just because I'm in the middle of doing this. So, which I feel like I'm making good time, which is awesome. That was my whole goal here. I don't want to be wasting a ton of time. Okay, I'm going to sneak into your rental at 6 a.m. Okay, that makes no sense. It won't be unlocked, so you'll have to wait and sneak in when I unlock it at 7 a.m. But good luck with that. Like I won't see some little manlet sneaking into the car. Just a hair more, not much. Rory says, I can lockpick, I have experience. Well, it's the last time I let you into my house, homie. You won't see him because he's too low to the ground and out of your line of sight. Damn, and I'm like 5'7", 5'8" on a good day. So that must mean Mirari is tiny, tiny little manlet. Oh my god, Nap coming in with the fire. That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. That's right, my Ring camera doesn't even detect Mirari when he shows up. And my Ring camera detects squirrels. So let that sink in. Alright, that's just me being toxic. That's not cool. Okay, no more toxic hedgy. That's not cool at all. Look at this statement of me being short is true. Like I'm like 5'2". I mean, you are tiny. Like no disrespect. You really are. Bruv, it's non-toxic Thursday. Shake my head. What's up, Fruit? How are you doing, man? Glad you could be here. If anyone's curious about the private buy that I was in, ask Fruit. He knows. I'm very antsy for that board, by the way. Just letting you know. Very antsy. Big Dan says, dang, y'all lay off Marari. Hey! There he is. What's going on, man?
How's it going?
All right, let me make sure I turn you up a little bit. Let's get your volume up.
Finally tuning in for a hedgy stream.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you guys hear him okay? Make sure you can say yes so you can hear Evan as I am finishing up lubing these switches, sir. Awesome. I'm glad you can make it. A little earlier than I anticipated, too, so thank you.
Right on.
Right on. All right, I gotta be able... Let me do this. Let's turn the music down a hair, because it's loud on my end.
Up.
All right. Trashman, the man, the myth, the legend. Evan. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, good. Sound is good. Perfect. All right, man, you're here. And by the way, thank you for the follow. Sam Balls, welcome. We are rocking and rolling tonight, Evan. We have 50 plus people hanging out on the stream right now, which is awesome. and you are here, and so I'm going to kick off our interview process while I finish lubing these switches.
Sounds like somebody said it was a bit quiet, so maybe let's do a quick sound check.
Yeah, let me see. It's Nap, though. Nap always complains.
Okay.
Yeah, you do come in a little bit quiet. I'm going to see if I can get the Zoom volume up. Give me 1 second here. How do I sound on your end? Do I sound loud enough?
You sound great, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Can I do per application volume? That's the question.
I don't even know where settings are in Zoom.
I have no idea. Here we go. Audio settings. All right. Try now. Test.
That's 1, 2. How's that?
You're coming in better for
Okay.
me. It should be better for everybody else too.
All right, cool.
I hope I didn't get too much louder on you.
No, you sound fine to me.
Okay, perfect. All right. Can someone confirm, please, that you guys can... Okay, sounds great. Okay, good. Excellent, man. Thank you. Thank you guys for your feedback. I do appreciate the help. Evan was kind enough to hop on stream tonight with me and I guess kind of do a pseudo interview, if you will. So I will start like I always do with all my interview questions, and that is, what got the famous Evan into 40s and keyboards, really, and then into 40s?
Yeah, so my mechanical keyboard journey started a long time ago. I've been a PC gamer for a long time. At some point, mechanical keyboards was just like, if you want, if you're a gamer, you got to have a mechanical keyboard, right? And so I bought a DOS Ultimate with blank keycaps.
Okay.
Cherry Blues. I loved that keyboard. It was great. Really nice keyboard. Suited all my needs. Did everything I needed. But at some point in life, I ended up having a roommate.
Ah, okay.
And my desk setup was like out in the common area, just outside of his bedroom. And so he comes up to me one day and he's like, "Dude, you gotta get a different keyboard. All I hear at night is." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I began searching for something quieter. Eventually found WASD keyboards. I got their V2 with cherry browns. This is back in the day when there were 4 switch types.
Okay. Yep.
Blues, browns, reds, or blacks.
Yep.
And so I got that. I was really happy with that. Got some custom keycaps with that. I mean, they weren't anything special. It's like they're UV printed keycaps that are like thin and cheap. But, I mean, nobody knew any better at this point in time.
Sure.
But by finding that and looking for keyboards, I had kind of stumbled across Geek Hack and Desk Authority and eventually Reddit. And just, you start seeing stuff and you're like, oh, that's kind of neat. And the first 40% I ever saw was somebody's like little project. I think they made some prototype PCBs and that's all it ever was. But it was called the Tiny Hacking Keyboard.
Okay.
It was kind of a play on the Happy Hacking keyboard. And I just remember looking at it and my first thought was like, no fucking way. Like, what do you do with this? Like,
right.
You can't possibly use that like as an actual keyboard. But I couldn't stop thinking about it.
I feel like that's everybody's reaction the first time they ever see like a 40 is they're like, there's no way.
Yeah, it's such a foreign concept. Especially with what we're used to and what we've grown up with.
Right.
Anyways, tried to get a PCB from that. The guy never messaged me back. I don't know if he was just already out of the community or what, but then I eventually stumbled across a JD40, ordered one. I was apprehensive to do soldering myself, so I ordered it with assembly, and it seems like anything bad that could happen in this guy's life, the guy who was supposed to assemble it, did happen.
Okay.
And so, like while I'm waiting for it, I'm like coming up with key maps and like, how am I going to make this like layout work?
Right.
And so I'm playing around with that and kind of started realizing, okay, I think I could make a 40 work, but there's a couple keys I'd really like to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept getting delay after delay. So I started playing in keyboard layout editor, and I was like, what would I do? Like if I was making a keyboard.
Sure.
Of course, I had no intention of making a keyboard, but it was just fun to kind of click around on stuff and see what I could do.
Yeah.
And that's where like the original minivan layout came from. I had like printed stuff out, and I put my hands down on my desk and tried to pick like optimal placement for like where my fingers went.
Sure.
So I didn't have to stretch them any special way. And I really wanted semicolon and question mark because I'm a programmer.
Yep.
So I use those keys all the time. And then I wanted 2 function layers that I could access from either side of the keyboard, similar to shift, which I also wanted to access from both sides.
Okay.
And so that's kind of like, if you look at my key map, you kind of see that influence there.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of stuck around all the way through. And so eventually I got to this point where I had this layout kind of designed. I had come up with a key map for it, and I really wanted to try it. So about the time when I was ready to actually do something, there was a guy who designed a plate generation tool.
Okay. That's cool.
And I think I might have been the first person to actually get a plate made from his tool.
Oh, nice.
He's like, this should be accurate, but I don't know. And I was like, close enough. I was like, how much is this? $20 to order a plate? Let's go.
Nice.
So I got this aluminum plate ordered, and it came and it worked, and it was awesome. And I was like, all right, so I guess I got to build a keyboard. So figured out how to hand wire. Did my first hand wired board, made a little case for it, and typed on it for a couple weeks.
Okay.
And after about 3 weeks, I was like, okay, that was fun. I got proficient. I was working on it. And I was like, that was cool, but I'm going to go back to my 60%.
Sure.
And within 5 minutes, I had already reached like 5 or 6 times for
a layer.
My function layers. Yeah. And I was like, I really wish this board had those function layers because they were really handy. Even to have on a bigger board. And I was like, why do I need a bigger board? So I went back to it, and I used that prototype for the better part of a year.
Okay.
And then finally decided, you know what? I like this enough. I want to make a PCB, and I want to have 2 keyboards, one for home, one for work.
Okay. Nice.
And that kind of started off the everything after.
Well, it's been a long journey. I know you and I have been hanging out in voice chat a lot. I will say, if you don't know this, I don't know if I've ever said it to you, but my ability to use 40s further than, let me close this out. Sorry, I keep looking at you down on the wrong screen. My ability to use 40s further than what I initially had didn't pick up until I grabbed a minivan off of Mech Market, where it was still the kit from Drop. So it had nice. Like a guy sold it to me with Telios. It was the silver aluminum case. It came with DSA light cycle. Like it was like the full kit, and I was like, cool. And it was I lubed the switches and I put them in, and I looked at your configurator, and I was like, okay, I don't understand like how to access this key map. And then I realized that like, oh, you can tap hold. And that was like the revelation for me, because when I first jumped into 40s, it was a new mini and a plank. And so like I was used to having like a dedicated layer button, and I didn't understand that you could have a button a key that you can literally like tap and it's one action, and then hold and it's another. And when I saw that on your configurator, I went, okay, cool. I can tap to enter, or I can hold to access another layer. And that opened everything up. And I still very much use that. If you look at my key maps, enter is row 3 for me. It's tap hold, and holding it gets to layer 1. The key down below is layer 2. Tap hold again. It depends on the on what keyboard. On minivan layouts with the arrows, it's tap hold, so it's question mark or / and then hold is layer 2, and then layer 3 is the one right under it. But layer 3 is only for F keys and reset. Like that's the only thing I ever use it for. So yeah, like stretching.
That's awesome. It's funny that you mentioned the tap hold, because like that wasn't yet a feature when I first started, and so my layout has shifted a lot. And like the original design called for split space bars because I needed more keys.
Right.
But as tap hold came out, like that's where like Jetvan kind of came. That layout became something that I actually could use, because all of a sudden I didn't need enter on one of my thumbs. I could put it on tap hold.
Yep, exactly. That's awesome, man. So thanks to you, my 40s use is that's where it expanded, and then really, as you said, I don't have anything larger than a 45 at this point. Like, I just don't need it. And as you said, you start to like reach for stuff when you're on a 60. And Rage in chat said that mile-long stretch to backspace too, lol. And that was like, even when I use my wife's board, like I go and I tap backspace and it's the
The pipe.
yeah, the pipe key. I couldn't think of that name of that key earlier. Yeah, it's pipe key, and I'm like, damn it, that's not right. And
I know.
And on top of that,
crazy.
she prefers the 2U backspace, not a split backspace. And I tried teaching her, like, you don't stretch as far when you have a split backspace because pipe becomes backspace. And she's like, no, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, fine. So, like, I'll never convert my wife. That'll never happen. But, yeah, exactly. So
40s takes somebody who wants it. You see it, you get curious, and you get curious enough to the point where you're like, I know this is going to take work, but I want it.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's just kind of in my nature. I like the challenge of 40s, and that's why I went from an An Pro directly to a new Mini. I was like, cool. And not only is it the challenge of 40s, but it's the challenge of going ortholinear on top of that. So that was a big deal for me. So that's awesome, man. Okay, so I know a lot of people already know the history with you and your boards, but I'm gonna roll through them anyway. So we did minivan first, right, and a couple of iterations of that.
Oh yeah, that was like all I did for a couple of years at least.
Right? Didn't is it Coffee or someone owns 001, right? Someone in here I think does. I don't remember who has the first one.
Yeah, I don't know who has that now. It was the orange case. Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay.
just sold that recently, like in the last year.
Yep. So so you did a couple iterations of that. What was the next board? Was it Caravan or what came after that?
Roadkit. Roadkit was the second board that we did.
Okay. Coffee said it do be me. Coffee has it. So he has the first one. Okay, so Roadkit came and I'm assuming just was it your need for a numpad, or was it just the idea that you wanted to offer that as well?
To me, I saw it more as a way to like try and get more people into minivan. Like I figured like that was the big holdup for a lot of people, was like, how do I do numbers? So it's like, oh, here, let's give them a numpad. And then since it's not attached, eventually when they realize they don't need it, they can just, it's already,
they eat it.
Plug it. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
I never actually like, that's one of my least used boards over the years. I've had a few that I've set up from time to time, but I don't have really use for it.
Sure.
Like if I was a streamer, maybe I could use it to like put different functions on there, but I'm not a streamer.
I'm a streamer and I barely touch my keyboard during streams anyway, so it's okay.
So I mean, there's different things that I could have potentially. Actually, the most use I've gotten out of Roadkit was I took the PCB and wired in a fight stick.
Oh, cool.
And arcade buttons.
Okay.
Like, it makes a great controller for that type of thing.
Oh, nice. Okay, that sounds cool. I like that. I've got a Roadkit, but the only reason I have it is because it's the piano black and it matches my piano black minivan. And they both have 80s kid, so I was like, I need the set. Like, I have to keep that together.
Yeah.
So I think that's more nostalgia for me. But okay, that's cool to learn. So okay, so minivan, Roadkit, and then what?
I think Caravan came next.
Okay, so you went split minivan next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I do remember that because that was pretty early on. There's a video of me somewhere on the internet, creepily putting it in my pockets and pulling it out and like slapping it together.
Okay. I actually remember when I managed to pick up one because I wanted one, and then someone actually Dollar Tacos. I don't know if he's still active in Discord. He did some artisans and whatnot, and he sold me his, and it was one of the nickel plated ones, right? I guess my question being, I know I liked it, but there were a lot of regrets you had about that board. I think specifically mini HDMI as the connectors, but there were some other things, right?
That's really the main one.
Okay. I just know you did not like that.
I prototyped with full size HDMI.
Mm-hmm.
And mini HDMI, in theory, should be the same. It's not. They do some goofy things, and I don't understand why they can do those things. But yeah, essentially, it kind of screwed me on my PCBs, and also like finding a mini HDMI to mini HDMI cable is
hard.
like, yeah, I mean it's not really a common cable.
Right.
Usually you go from like the full size to mini.
Right.
So that was a challenge too. Yeah, it was frustrating.
I still enjoy that. I do regret selling that board, but at the time, like, some other things took precedent. And like, honestly, I was using it to travel, but I was afraid of like dinging it up because I'm like, this is really rare. There was only like, 15
or nickel-plated ones that we sold, and then I recently sold the acid pink one. That was like a one-of-one.
Yeah. So I mean, from a rarity standpoint, it was cool, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to ruin it, so I sold it. I actually think I sold it to help fund one of my ocean protos or something like that. I remember that. So
that's good use.
Yeah, I mean, look, it all worked out in the end for sure. I want to catch up on chat real fast. It's Assassin5167 says small-handed homies rise up. Glow is here. Glow says sorry for being late. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't see if Glow entered the raffle or not. I'll be curious if he does, since it is his 3D printed board.
That'd be hilarious. I hope he wins.
That would be funny if he won. Although I know a lot of people would be really upset. So
I think
we'll
that
see.
would be like grounds for like a permaban from
Raffles.
Raffles.
Yeah, for him, yes, absolutely. Lutang says the Brotherhood of Traveling Minivan, though I think Alpha is more accurate. I'm not sure what that was referencing to, so my apologies, Lutang. We were deep in discussion. All right, Evan. So we did. I'm gonna just keep going through the history here. We minivan, road kit, caravan. What was next in your journey through keyboards?
Oh, sheesh, I don't even remember.
'Cause you got quite a few. I know that.
There's stuff that I've done in between, but it wasn't like I did a hand wire cargo van at one point. That might have been either right before caravan or right after.
Okay.
Which I think somebody recently made a PCB for.
So cargo van's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I did that prototype or that hand wire build back in, I want to say maybe 2016.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it was based off the Datalux keyboard.
Yep, with the additional columns and rows.
With the weird top part.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. So obviously, I know, at least I think some people know. Did the music get louder, or is it just me? Whatever. I know some people know that you sold off the IP rights for the van keyboards, but if you want to clear that up.
What did I do? I signed an exclusive license to TKC, so they have exclusive rights to the minivan branding. But they, after their first run, their only run, we
bless
were
their
talking
heart.
about how to do additional things, and the biggest thing for them was that they wanted a kit that they could just like stock in a warehouse and sell.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like with the first run, they had to like get all the parts manufactured, put the kits together, and that was too much for them. And understandably so, I didn't want to do that either.
Right.
But I don't want to do that. So I was like, I mean, if I put the kits together, like I really don't need you to sell them. I can sell them myself. That's the easy part. So they've actually ended the license agreement, and so I retain full rights again.
That's cool. Obviously, though, part of ending that or giving that license agreement to them allowed your quote transformation into Trashman. And really, I think you've mentioned this. At least I've heard you say this. It took a lot of pressure off you, right? And a lot of feeling of.
So there was ideas that I had, but I felt like I couldn't really pursue while I was running a business, which that's a whole nother story. I never really ever wanted to run a business, but
sure.
One thing led to another, and that happened. But yeah, so I mean, there was ideas for things that I wanted to do, but they were like, I mean, at the time seemed extreme to the brand and outside of like, what could potentially be a commercially viable product. Things like Vanagon.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I think that's probably might be my most popular board at this point.
Especially for only before round 3, only 60 or so of them out there. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that was really a board that I wanted for a long time. I wanted to make that. And the driving factor was, while I could play video games on a minivan, there was some cases where just having a few extra keys really makes it just a much better experience.
Sure.
And I didn't want a 60% keyboard. I had one 60% keyboard for that purpose, and I was annoyed by it. And so, like, the idea of a half number, like, when you're a company trying to make products to sell, like, that just, I don't know. How do you put that out there? I guess I was afraid of ridicule or whatever else, and
sure,
you have more to worry about, because like if you fuck up your brand, then the other products you have, and I don't know. It was just silly. I
like
guess,
self-pressure,
but maybe
okay.
Or just being afraid people might think it's stupid. I don't really care if people think it's stupid.
But look at 40s now.
Exactly. So like that was like just a board that I just really wanted, a layout that I was like, this is just something that I want. And so I made it. Ran just a really small group buy. Like it was like really like, oh, I've already ordered it, like 25 of them. Who wants to buy one?
Sure.
And although I don't think I had told people I ordered them yet.
Okay, interesting.
I sold them like super quick.
Yep.
And then like a month later delivered them, and it was like, what the fuck? It's like, yeah, because I ordered them 3 months ago.
I knew it was a fast process. Obviously, I did not get in on round 1 or round 2, and that was a major regret of mine for a while, just like a lot of people. And then happened to be in a position with Dasherby, who wanted to trade for my Ocean Proto, my second version Ocean Proto, which I think we both worked out really well in that trade. But yeah, like now that I own it, I could never see giving it up. Even with Embrace, which Embrace, I've told you, I've given you feedback this entire week on the board. Even so, the Vanagon just has a place. It's so good, and even from a Saint clipping, even from a firmer typing experience, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, obviously still highly sought after, and I think it will be for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Then you broke away a little bit from your 12.75 U layout, and you went to...
Yeah, I did the garbage truck. Let's see, Mike. Mike was the inspiration behind that. And it's funny because I think he wanted another column on the numpad.
Okay.
But he fucked up the KLE.
Oh.
And so I was playing with it, and I added another column, and then I was like, nah, that looks bad. And so I went back to the original KLE he sent me, even though it was unintentionally, what is it, 3? Was it only, I can't remember how many columns it was right now.
3, I think.
Yeah, so I had done 4, but it looked off balance, so I took it back off, and I kind of just went with it. But yeah, after the fact, Mike was like, oh yeah, I actually meant for one more column to be on that notepad. I was like, oh, too bad.
Yeah.
It's better this way.
Yeah, and obviously, again, another board with 30 some odd out there, 31 I think with the prototype.
Something like that. I think with PCBs and stuff it stretched out to 33 maybe.
Okay. Yeah. And again, highly sought after because it's a piece of kind of trash history. And I enjoy mine. I don't use mine much, but I enjoy it, that's for sure.
That's the other thing is I was so focused when running the business with so much bullshit. Because I was essentially doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I had a business partner, and I was hoping that he would bring in some expertise on manufacturing and stuff, because he said he had experience with stuff like that. He never really brought anything to the table on that front. So I'm sitting here receiving parts, putting kits together, and shipping shit, and that's a lot of work.
Right.
So I didn't have time to be creative. We had Steven working for us for a while, and he was awesome. He did a bunch of creative stuff and was able to pump out all sorts of artwork and renders, and I loved working with him. But yeah, all my stuff took a back seat. All my creativity took a back seat during that time. So when I closed shop, I took a few months off. I thought I was done with keyboards. Mm-hmm. After Kumo, Kickstarter, and a few runs of plastic cases.
Well, it's because Kumo was not easy either.
No, anything that could go wrong did go wrong. And so after I finally got done with that shit, and I was I closed down shop, I was just burnt out. I was I can't do this anymore. And after a month or two, you get that creative itch, and that's when I started working on Vanagon and then eventually Garbage Truck and some other stuff. But I had all that time to like focus on my creative side and honing my craft, and so I'd say like my best designs have come out post TVK because I had the time to sit down and actually like revisit things.
Yeah.
It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I had no time to fix anything.
Well,
and so like that tray mount design, that was like it for a long time because like it was good enough.
Mm-hmm. And now we kind of look at that and we're like, tray mount, yuck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've had time to like try different things and really kind of explore every aspect of it. And so like the last few years, like I've done my best work, but then also I think 40s in general just like has had so many people kind of pushing it further. I'd say like TKLs for a long time have kind of like the top tier ones. They've had some really good design to them. They knew before we did like what feels good.
Sure.
Because we were just like exploring. We're like, we're just like making new layouts, and so we were too focused on, I guess, other things at the time. That finally now I think we've caught up and actually pressed past what a lot of the larger keyboard community has done, and we're like blazing the way now, and we're like hyper focused on making things just as good as they can be.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned the TKL thing, like having been to some meetups and like typing on Janes, for example. Yeah, there's a reason they're so sought after. Not only is the quality insane, but they sound, for a top mount TKL, they sound incredible. And I think a lot of people who have not had the chance to type on one don't understand or don't know that, and that's fine. Like, that's just because you haven't had the chance. But yeah, like TKLs and like to an extent 65% and 60s, they've all, like, in my opinion, peaked because there's only so much you can do with the layouts. There's only so much you can do with like a case design, and like I am thankful for that. The 40s, like, we have a bunch of like weirdo creative minds in this space who are like, why does it have to be a certain way? I want my spacebar to be dropped down. I want extra keys above my columns in weird offset positions because why the hell not? Like, and I'm looking at you, Mace. I know you're in here still. I know you're building your Curio, but your terminal project, which is kind of like a spin-off the Oracle, or I don't want to say a spin-off, but like Oracle and Terminal, and you did Toucan too, which I don't know a lot of people know about that board, where you've gone kind of like, that's so cool to me. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, I think they were doing stuff before we were, but the tides have shifted, and now it's all us. So yeah, that's awesome. So I'm actually done with the switches. I didn't really have to lube the stems, which makes me super happy. That would have taken another like 25 minutes or so. These sound really good. They were already pre-lubed, so I just kind of lubed the housings a little bit better and got some more well-rounded lube.
Nice.
Just to catch up on chat real fast. Sorry, catching up. Cargo van is truly something. Caravan, Chemistry said Caravan R3 super keen. I know I brought that up to you a little bit too. I know you did C2.
I've got ideas for C3.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've got notes in my notebook. I haven't gotten beyond that, but there's lots of ideas that I have. There's problems that I've been thinking about and working towards solutions for. So yeah, we'll see.
My suggestion was always go back to the cool.
That's part of it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I don't know what to call that. Fitted case.
I've always called it jigsaw.
Yeah, jigsaw. Right? Because and C2 was good. Again, I was biased by the fact that I struggled with the PCB for some reason, which with whatever we did screwed up my QMK.
It to me and like,
I know
it just like insta worked. I was like, it's QMK ghosts.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you'll get a QMK ghost.
And I really should like refresh all of my QMK stuff, and I just have not done that yet. I still struggle with some things where like I have to go program a board on my Mac. Like Embrace, I had to run through QMK on my Mac for work because it's still not, it's like it doesn't recognize boards here on my PC, and I don't know if that's like a USB issue or a driver issue, but that's a whole nother story.
You probably need to reinstall the driver.
Probably. But unfortunately, like, that biased me towards the board a little bit and like soured me. And it's a really good board. Obviously, it's amazing. The weights are great. Like, I love the theme. I loved all of it. I was biased by it, unfortunately. So Oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, C3. That's my goal, is hopefully to jigsaw again. Let's see. Steve LaRue is here. Welcome, Steve. Chemistry said, "Damn, loving this interview, but I'll rewatch later. Take care, blokes. I'm off for a haircut." Imagine skipping this stream because you wanted to get a haircut.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
That's
of all the days to get a haircut,
that's bonkers
heavy
to me.
streaming embrace is not the day.
I know. That is bonkers. Mirari says 40s is the only space that truly interests me in mechanical keyboards. That's awesome. Thank you, Mirari. Appreciate that. Hexy says, one thing I really dig about 40s community is the funky designs. Like, as we talked about, we're just kind of off the wall a little bit, and we're going smaller, and people are more comfortable going smaller now, too, which is crazy. Mirari said, everyone else is creaming their pants over stupid stuff like how the Shelby looks from the side or how the Jelly Epoch sounds. Look, I'm not gonna knock those people. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But I know, what's the company that does Iron 165 and they do the I can't remember the name of their company, but they just showed off their new like 75%, and they're like, look, it's got curves on the bottom, and I'm like, you're never gonna see that. Like, so who cares? And it's still like a 75% at the end of the day. So, whatever. Smith and Rune, thank you, Nap. Smith and Rune, that's who we were talking about. Nap says there's only so much one can do with TKLs without ostracizing the intended audience, which is true. Archduchess, hell yes, connecting caravan. So it seems like I'm not the only one who wants that jigsaw a little bit. Mutant, who my Peruvian buddy, which this is a very international stream, by the way. Mutant says, free time project this year was porting all my boards to Vile or gathering the source files, and oh god, that was a long thing to do. Well, I'm glad you were able to do that. I love Vile. Vile's amazing for on the fly stuff. But I do like Evan's configurator still, especially being able to save loadouts on the website and being able to pull those up when needed. Saved me for the Embrace and having to remember what key map I wanted for Vanagon, so that was good. Yeah, all right, looks like we're caught up a little bit here. So yeah, I'm gonna pull out the case now. I know everybody's been waiting for this. We're an hour and a half in. I appreciate everybody's patience, but I've been building the drama. Not that pictures haven't floated in Discord yet, but one of my favorite things, Evan, if you're looking at stream, I'm gonna pull it on stream now, is the amount of hardware that's needed fits right into this little tin. That's it. And I really love that. There's roughly 10, there's 9 screws, I think, total, if you don't count the bolt.
Pretty minimal.
Yeah, for the bolt, very minimal. There's a knob, 2 daughter boards. The only thing you have to solder is the rotary coder itself. That's literally 5 pins that you have to solder, and you're done, which is great. So once it's put together, it's good to go. And everything else is hot swap. Everything else. So yeah, super awesome. So I'm gonna put that over here. Real fast, Luke Ski says, how much time and money did you spend on your curio weight you'll never see, Hedgie? I didn't spend that much time and money, right? So we got it Cerakoted as part of the prototype buy that was included. Yeah, I spent like an hour or 2 infilling it to get it right, but at the end of the day, I know it's there, which is pretty cool. So I'm okay with that, but thank you. I do like the joke there. All right, so I'm going to start with the bottom case. Or the bottom of the case, I should say. And for the group buy, acrylic, and then the middle stainless steel, right? Or did I get that wrong?
What was that?
What's the middle again? What's the middle material?
Oh, yeah, stainless.
Stainless, okay, yeah. So I'll show the mid plate in a second. So this is the bottom plate. You've got your channel here for the daughter board. As we talked about, on the group buy version, you will have a little bit more of a cutout for the cable for the daughter board, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So it doesn't affect me, but I noticed that was one thing we had talked about, and I loved being able to give you feedback over the last week or so, just on, hey, these are some things I noticed, right? And I'm appreciative that you took the feedback as well. Nice little design on the bottom where the I'll call it the step up to give it the angle, just a clean look. You have custom rubber feet, which these do not move on a desk mat. These are super nice rubber feet. I love that they're clear. Cork was not my personal favorite, but I know that was an easy material to get done. But these are super nice. I really like these. I'm glad you went kind of out for these for sure.
Yeah, the same company made those that did the Kumo rubber feet.
Okay, awesome. This thing is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but I think it's just the nature of frosted acrylic. So that's how it goes. I know there's a little bit of lube on my fingers, just a hair from touching the stems, but it is what it is. Can't do much about that. And then we said we've got the mid plate, which is stainless steel here, and you can see the mounting points for the plate itself. One thing I was really appreciative of, and I know it's hard to see on stream, the little, I call them pills, but the little places, here, see if I can get this to show up, to line up the mid plate and keep everything in line. And there's holes on the mid plate to do so as well. So super appreciative of that. And basically this slaps in like that, and it kind of locks into place a little bit, which is great. And then the top will go on. But I want to show the daughter board going in first. Your standard, I guess your kind of standard daughter board, right? So
yeah, so this uses the what is it, AIO3 daughter board.
Okay, yep.
The one that was designed in collaboration with a bunch of big name people.
Yep. Morari said limited edition Trashman's fingerprints, $9,999. $999. Yeah. Like I said, I'll clean that up. Some rubbing alcohol usually does pretty well to clean that stuff up. So just yeah, FYI, if anybody's interested in how to clean up things off your board, rubbing alcohol really comes in handy a lot of times. The 91% alcohol stuff, by the way, too, is really key. All right, let's get this down into place. I don't want to over tighten the screws. I've done that before on my PC Ocean, and one of the plate screws is stripped, so that sucks. Oh, this needs to go down a little bit further, though. There we go. Just a little trouble lining this up. Just a hair. There we go. That looks like it'll work. Let's just make sure this plugs in. Yep, it does. Okay, we're good. Mari says, wait, no, I don't. I got the anti-corrosive solution for you. Okay. Hedgie, please don't Hulk out on the screws on the acrylic. I won't, I promise. I have literally taken apart and put this thing back together like 10 plus times this last week. So I know what I'm doing, which is really good. I promise you that. All right, so then the mid plate would go on after the daughter board. Again, it just kind of fits in. Let's talk about the plates real fast. We've got your full space, and then we have your split space as well. I've got two plates. Split space, was that the 2.25, 2.75, or was it 2U 2.
Yes, no, it's 275 and 225.
Okay. And what I know on like Vanagon, the round 1 and 2, you could do 2U, right? You do dual 2Us.
Yeah.
What was the driver for the change in that?
Just people complained about it.
Okay.
It's not, you're not supposed to use split space, but that's why it was terrible on Vanagon. That was intentionally terrible on Vanagon. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that and this fits well with the hot swap sockets.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So again, everybody knows me. I use full space, so I won't be using a split space plate, but the Group I will come with both plates, correct?
That is correct.
Awesome. And they are FR4 in case anybody was interested. They are FR4, and there's a reason for that. So let's talk about a little bit the mounting. Where did you come up with the idea to go with the mounting in this style, I should say?
Just lots of influence from other leaf spring designs that had been coming out. And actually, the original plate for this was a little bit different. Yeah, so I ordered some prototype plates, and it had like an actual ring that went around the entire outside edge, and that was supposed to get sandwiched. But the way that it was like set up and the way that I had mounting points on it, it wasn't actually flexible enough.
Okay.
At least for what I was like, I had a feeling in mind, and it didn't feel that way. And so then I was like, well, what can I do? So I started cutting pieces off of the prototype plates that I ordered, and I snipped a couple things, and all of a sudden, like, it felt exactly like what I was trying to accomplish, and I was like, well, that's cool. So I took what I learned from it and then kind of made a modified version that just had the parts that I needed.
Nice. Okay, awesome. I will say, if anybody's curious, I did have to cut my plate, but that will be fixed or won't need to be cut in the group buy, as I'll talk about when I get to the knob assembly here in a few minutes, and why that is. So basically, to make some clearance for the daughter board for the knob and the cable, I had to cut my plate, but that has been and will be corrected based on the mounting of the knob in the group buy version. Correct? Make sure I said that right. It was a
Yes.
lot. It was a lot to basically say that this will
essentially,
sit differently.
like, in the prototypes, the knob assembly mounts to the top of the case, and that makes assembly slightly challenging. So the production units, I actually have the new mid piece and top that I designed, the revision, on my unit, where you'll actually attach the knob assembly to the mid piece, and then it can sit in there, and then putting the top on's a lot simpler, but also the whole thing sits lower, so you don't have issues with like running out of the plate and all the issues that have of, you know, like having to cut the plate for the prototype.
Sure. Which wasn't a huge deal. Just a 1:30 a.m. Dremel session where I almost cut the leg off. So we survived. There's a little tiny nick in the leg. I managed to not screw it up, so that was good. So yeah. Everybody's telling me not to hulk out on the screws. Just remember, if the screws start getting hard to thread before they bottom out, back out a little, run it back in a little, repeat until it fully seats. Also try to make the threads first by backing out until you hear a click. Yeah, I promise you, unless you guys are offering advice for future buyers, I promise you I'm not going to strip the screws. I promise. Please. Yeah, that's hard to do with tiny screws, though, especially in plastic. Manu96 says no inserts is rough. I'm not quite sure what they're referring to. No inserts is rough. I don't know. Okay, we'll have to come back and revisit that. Okay, from a PCB standpoint, someone already noticed Perky RGB. This is the gamerist board. Yes, I would agree. It's very gamery. But yeah, what did you just, because you knew you want to play games and you wanted RGB? What brought back the RGB for your board?
Yeah, so Embrace is like the total gamer iteration of the gamer board. So, you know, I mean, you have the acrylic, like, to not put any LEDs on would be kind of silly.
Yeah. And I love the idea of per key. Besides just underglow, like underglow is fun, but per key gives you a chance, I guess. Will people have the ability to program them for some different patterns, or is it just standard what is pre-programmed now?
I haven't added any special features to the configurator. If somebody wants to try and like code something up, like, it's open source, so open a pull request and we'll get something merged in.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll have to do it like just normal QMK, and nobody wants to do that. So
yeah,
developers out there, that's a call to action for you guys.
Okay. I know I mentioned to you I would like to see, if possible, when you press the key, you get the vertical and the horizontal lighting across, it just lights up.
Cool.
I would love to see that if possible, because especially while you're in an intense gaming session, that might be really cool. WASD just lighting up the whole board. That's a super secret wish, of course. Maybe from too much Warzone, which the new update blows. I have not played in the last 2 days because the update sucks so bad. But that's a whole nother story. Oh, this switch is not closed all the way. There we go. Can always see so. So I did find, while assembling and disassembling and assembling, putting all the switches in first and then lining it up with the PCB and just making sure the pins are straight, I was able to get it in the circuit board the easiest. So just for future reference, I've been told, hey Hedgie, make sure you don't throw the board across the room. Hedgie,
Has that happened?
No, it's because I mentioned that I'm not going to strip the screws. Hey, streamer, careful about breathing and blinking when you build the board. That would be Coffee and Mirari with the words of wisdom for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. For those of you curious, reminder, I did put a silent ink in my big bar. Again, I told y'all I would do that. So we've got these Crystal Iceberg 58-gram switches that are lubed going into the rest of the board. I did already try these with the stock lube on them, and they were pretty good. This extra lube should help just kind of keep them a little bit deeper, although they are long pole linears, so They should make a nice kind of high pitched clack. The good news is if I hate them after a while, I can pull them out. So I'm happy to have a hotspot board again. It's going to make a good test bed for some other switches as well, and find out what I really want or like. All right, let me make sure. Yep, see these. I was saying earlier. What I remember, someone called them the wing tips, or the switches that aren't the MX 4-prong. They're the 2-prong from like Kale and stuff. They're not my favorite because they're really hard to open and close, but outside of that, these switches are really nice. So I should say.
I'm noticing something interesting. You put all your switches in first and then push it into the PCB.
Yeah, that's what worked for me last time actually.
Oh, I usually do 4 corners.
Do you?
And then, because I find it easier to line up and push in and not have to worry about trying to bend any pins or anything.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I branch out from the corners. So I'll do the next switch over next to each one and fill into the middle.
Nice. Okay. May have to try that next time. I'm sure this will not be the first time or the last time I should say I take this board apart either. So that's the good news. Cool. Any plans for different plate materials, or is FR4 like you found to be the most?
I'm not doing anything with plate materials. Well, I do have an experiment I want to do. But as far as like other flexi materials, like I chose FR4 because it is very springy. Like it doesn't have memory like some other materials you'll use. Like I feel like over time they sag quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And so that's kind of like why I chose FR4. But
and FR4 is cheap to replace too if you need another one.
That's right. So I'll have the files.
Cool.
If I haven't already released them, they'll be released so that you can get them made at any point in time should they need to be replaced.
Very cool.
But something that's kind of cool about the design is that you could do something like brass or stainless steel for a plate and like not even worry about the leaf spring aspect. Like just make it solid.
Right.
Now you have like a firm typing experience if you don't want that.
That's cool. I will say
the thing that I wanted to try.
The bounciness, the flexiness to this board is very forgiving. It's very comfortable. As you know, I was gaming, I told you, for like 3 hours and no finger fatigue. Still felt really happy with the board. So yeah, from a feel standpoint, like I think this is the way. That's just me though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over, like, I hate to say it, I'm kind of over the firm typing experience, and I was like anti-flex guy for a long time, a really long time.
I appreciate both, and it's nice to have a really good of each, because then, you know, based on your mood, you can pull one out. So
true.
Like I've been typing on Embrace for, you know, since I've had the prototype, I haven't taken it off my desk.
Right.
Part of that is I've been trying to stress test it, but also it feels so dang good to type on.
Yep.
But you know, some days you want something, you know, that's just very firm, doesn't move. You know, you pull out like a anti-boycott with a 5mm stainless steel plate.
Well, that's what I thought I wanted to type on the other day was my Pearl, and I was coming from Curio, and I went right back to the Curio. Like I'm currently on the flexible typing experience at the moment. So yeah, but look, like again, I may wake up tomorrow and be like, F it, I want a firm typing experience, and go grab the Pearl or something else and just use that. So it's just that this and the Curio have been my jam lately.
Nice.
Which I like the P4, but it's almost too flexy at this point. Like I feel like that's where I've reached with that board.
My problem with P4 was that I got the thinner PCB against who made P4?
Dr. Doof, right?
Yeah. So he told me not to get the thin plate or PCB, but it's all he had, and I was like, nah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And like it was cool, but like I had problems with it bottoming out, so then I put cork in the bottom of the case, and then it didn't, you know, it restricted the movement a little too much, and then I never used it.
Yeah.
it was frustrating because like I really liked that case design. I thought it was really novel and had some really cool ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But my build wasn't right, and so I ended up getting rid of it. But with the right build, that would be, I think, an excellent board.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I put foam in it to kind of help prevent some of the bottoming out and a little bit of the ping, but it restricted by about a millimeter the movement, and that was a little frustrating. It's still a decent board. Like I still like it. I think you had like a Founders Edition, didn't you? You had the stainless
Yeah,
steel one.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I lucked into getting one of those.
nice. Okay. Yeah, I still use it occasionally, but it's definitely a very unique and acquired taste. All right, so I've got the I've got this screwed in. So four screw in points on the plate itself into the mid plate. Um, just to show, look where I cut the. I almost cut that leg. It's not very deep, but I recognize that the Dremel got a little too close. So that did happen. But the four mounting points, and it gives it that ability to flex out very evenly, which has been like the big thing for me, right? It's not where it's like a half plate, it's very firm on the sides, and then the middle like kind of sags. This is very even across, which I've been enjoying thoroughly. So got that. Let's go ahead and grab the daughter boards. So I'm plugging the daughter board for the excuse me, sorry, make sure I do this right, don't want to screw this up. Daughter board for the actual USB-C. Sorry, I know some of you can't see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug in the daughter board for the rotary encoder as well. So I got both in. And then this is just the way I found, excuse me, getting it in place for now. But again, this will be mounted differently for the group buy, right? So you said that the rotary encoder will actually be mounted onto the mid plate, not the top plate.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So I found that this is actually just for our protos. This is the easiest way to get it in. I just put it there, and then I grab the top piece, which
that makes sense.
Yep, and then slide it through, pull it up, and screw it, and then I can put the rest of the case together. That's what I do. Oh, Beppo is here. First time chat from Beppo. He says, "Why don't you foam D's nuts?" Okay, we're full D's nuts jokes tonight.
That's good. I mean, that's literally why Embrace exists.
Yeah.
So I was trying to make a good D's nuts joke, and nobody would take the bait, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I gotta make a keyboard."
Turned out to be a really good keyboard. Obviously no cut and over across like in the Vanagon. Is that just to better flush, but to better align with the knob and keep it a very seamless design? Was that the idea there?
Yeah, I just wanted to do something different.
Okay.
The idea was to put the knob on the edge, so like you can just like hit it from the side. You don't even have to like touch it on the top if you don't want.
Yep. Exactly.
And then I got, since I was doing acrylic, I was like, let's just make this like a view window to the logo underneath.
Yep. Which looks awesome, by the way. I really enjoy that because it reminds me of the Vanagon, but in a just kind of different way, which is really cool too. So, and then I've been hand tightening this nut. Like I don't want to over tighten it, so I don't use a wrench.
You could go tight, but
I don't need to though, right? Like it's not going anywhere.
I mean,
so.
if it doesn't move, then that's fine. Like I couldn't quite get mine tight enough by hand, so I just did like a half turn with the pliers.
Okay, well, I think I'm good with that. It's fine. It's been working all week. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to mess with it.
If it works for you, then that's great.
Yep. Someone said Jake is here. Jake asked, "What switches are those?" Those are Crystal Iceberg, 58 grams. They are from. What's the name of this company? Upgrade Keyboards. I think it's their personal switch. So they're okay. They're pretty good. I re-lubed them basically tonight. So hand tighten nuts. Yes, man, we're gonna turn into a bad sexual joke here. This is just all it's gonna be is sex jokes. All right, cool. And then on the bottom, for the group buy, you'll have 6 M3 screws, but for this case, there's only 5, right? There's a hole here, but it's not tapped through the top.
Yeah, Chris just missed it on the top piece.
That's okay.
I was like, I mean, he already fixed it on the new version of the top.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, man. He actually made me like a little tool to try and be able to drill them myself on the prototypes, but then I was like, I don't want to fuck these up. So like, it holds fine with 5.
Yeah, yeah. I was to say that I didn't see anything that would change with 5 or 6, but yeah, just glad that it will be fixed for the group buy for sure. Ying Yang In says, is there a price yet for the group buy and extra PCBs? So I will say this: if you're a sleuth, maybe you've already seen something. I don't know, but I think Evan, we can make the announcement, right? Are we good?
We'll wait until later. I'm
Okay.
still trying to,
Okay.
to solve something.
You will have your answers, Yin Yang, in just a little while. I promise.
Yeah, we'll address those comments here in a minute.
Yep, I promise. All right. So don't want to over tighten these, of course, but just give them a little whoop. And just like that, like I said, the minimal amount of hardware I think is one of my favorite things. I'm done. That's it. Like that's all that's needed. So, cool. And yep, here's the board. Let's put some keycaps on it. Although I will plug it in to show off the beautiful RGB. So I'm gonna back this up a little bit. We're gonna move aside, Vanagon. Round 2. You're worthless to me. Just kidding. Let's plug her in. I already have this programmed, obviously, from this week. Boom. In your face RGB. So look at that. super bright. Couple of different rotating options. Yeah, you've got some really cool I just don't remember these from like the core QMK stuff, right? So it's just fun to, yes, it's bright. Arch, I have it turned up fully, like max brightness.
Do you have a RGB value plus minus keys set up?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So I can turn them down, but I like them bright, and with the keycaps they look awesome. So yeah, there's this. I think this mode is my favorite, where it does the random light up and then cool down or turn off or whatever. Is it this one or is it the? Yeah, it's this one. That's like my favorite for some reason. I don't know why. I just kind of like that. But yeah. Tons of cool. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm just turning it off. That's why. I was getting stuck on the wrong key. All right. Anyway, I prefer solid. That's me. So let me unplug this for a second. Let's put on some keycaps. I told y'all. PBT fans, neon. Default programming should spell D's nuts in RGB. I'm sure someone will do it. I have no doubts. We are the type of community to do so. So I have no doubts that will happen. Again, still my favorite trays. I'm so disappointed that these are so incredibly expensive. It's just, yeah. All right. Let's open this up. Come on. I literally put all these back today just so I could do this on stream again. Like, I had this whole board built, and then at like 2 o'clock today, I took it apart. So, these keycaps, by the way, are really good. Anyone sleeping on KBD fans is an idiot. They are making some really good stuff. So, Fruity said no bottom LEDs, missed opportunity. I think the per key is, personally, I think it's cool. I feel like you don't need the bottom RGB LED underglow. I really kind of like the perky stuff, but I'm sure someone might try and finagle with it or something. I just don't think there's room though under the case, right? The way that the PCB flexes, Evan.
Hmm.
I don't think there's room for like an RGB strip under here, is there? Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't think I have any pinouts though to like add one. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just crank the backlight LEDs,
it's pretty bright. As I say,
well.
yeah, it's pretty bright. So I don't think that's really an issue. But man, I love these keycaps. Like, they really are growing on me with the triple shot, and you can kind of see the excess plastic from the blue. That's pretty sweet. Mutant asks, is it running 32U4? Yes, it is. I happen to know that because I had to select the programming chip, so it is an 18 mega 32U4. OG Spiral Knight says no paperwork. No, not on this, especially not with Vanagon. Granted, I don't have DCS, so I don't have a I have GMK paperwork, so I don't have a numro. I could throw some artisans on there, but yeah. BA says you really love those keycaps, huh? I do. They are good, and I think, like I said, I think just a lot of people are kind of sleeping on them a little bit. But hey, you know, I just wish the trays weren't so expensive. That you can get 10 trays of these. They're 3 layers deep for $150, which is an awesome deal. But then it's $80 shipping from KBD fans, so I'll pass. I don't need to spend $200 and change on keycap trays. But that's just me. All right, got that here. I like the menu key here. And then I think those are the only 4 I need from the 40s kit. And then everything else... Oh, wait, I need the 5th one. Everything else comes from the base kit. Waiting for that translucent red set to come out. Isn't it already out, Mirari? I think it is. And they purposely did it so that it goes with the neon, or you can get it with the non-neon, so it goes with like white on black. So you can get it with the translucent or not, which is really cool. Like I said, I think KBD Fans is doing really cool stuff, and I hope more people support them. Their customer service is insane. The turnaround on that Purpulch 40s kit still blows my mind to this day. Like, oh yeah, sorry sir, we made the colors wrong. Let us just rerun that 40s kit for you and have it back out to you in a week. And if anybody asks, the stabilizer on this is the Stabies, the one from, what's his name, Zambimon. And I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It's a good stabilizer. There's like no wobble. I did lube it. It's really, really good. Arrows. Left down. And up and right. And there we go. We have a built embrace. Now y'all see why I lubes. Yeah, now y'all see why. I told you, man, I've done this enough times where I'm like in and out. I know exactly what I'm doing at this point. But man, this board looks so good, dude. And again, I've been using it. I've given you feedback. I'm impressed with how it feels, how it looks. I love the RGB. Glad I got that fixed last night. Super clutch shipping that to me. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
So I think what everybody really wants to hear is, how does it sound?
Yeah, we need some typing tests.
Yeah, let's not give away too much. Let's bring this down a little bit. Let's just doop. All right. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think that sounds fantastic, personally. Here, let's make sure we get the modifiers for people to hear.
Can we go back to those questions we said we were going to come back to?
Oh, are we good for that?
Yeah, so refresh me on what was asked.
Yeah, so someone asked what the price was and extra PCBs available.
Oh, it's making me log in. Maybe you can post it.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have it up?
I'll give you the link.
Yeah, please. If you want to send that to me in whether Zoom or... There we go. Let me go ahead and put this here. Guess what? The big announcement. The group buy is open right now. 75 units or 15 days, whichever comes first. And feel free to purchase tonight. That is the announcement. The Embrace group buy is open.
If you want to get extra PCBs, we'll address that after the group buy closes.
I think there might be some people who want one, but again, hot swap and seems pretty reliable.
Something we can add on.
Yep. Sounds
Oh.
good. Unmistakable keyboard sounds. Awesome. Wow. Okay. I don't know who that was. We have the first purchase. So awesome. Thank you, Igor. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. I'm just going to use first names. We have two. Two people have already purchased. Thank you so much.
Estimated ship date. That's a good question.
Yeah. I'll let you handle that one.
I don't know what Chris's schedule looks like, but I'd say like 3 to 5 months is realistic.
Yeah, and I think Chris is very good about consistent timelines. So that's awesome. I think that's better than my own damn Ocean Group buy, which is unfortunately coming up on a year since we opened it. But yeah, I'm very excited to partner with you on this. So in case everybody doesn't know, Evan's just kind of helping facilitate from a what do we want to call it, a logistics side. But I am handling the intake and shipping and all that other stuff. I'm handling the payments, right? So Evan's just helping mediate between Chris and myself, just to say, hey, here's the order. I'm going to send the payment. Just trying to take as much as I can off of Evan's plate. So that was kind of the goal here. And yeah, everything will be coming through me. So the good news is Ocean will be out by the time Embrace rolls in. We purposely kind of wanted to make sure I would have everything out of my area from the oceanographer standpoint, and have plenty to work on with Embrace. But as I said, Evan coming in clutch. I wanted to help him out. I cannot thank the partnership enough, sir. It's been fun so far. I'm excited to see where this leads to. I feel my watch going off like crazy. Thank you everybody so far for going in on this. This is going to be a fun one. I promise you this board is awesome. I've been super pleased with it. The flex is amazing. Let me show it off a little bit just so I can show the flex. So like, it's hard to see when I hold it, but it's just very even across. It doesn't matter where I'm typing. It's just very even. So yeah. Again, I'm just super stoked. Happy to help with this thing. The RGB is so cool. And I'm not one for big RGB stuff. I think just because Jake is my sponsor at P3D Store, I think that it might not be a bad idea to consider getting the mid plate and or the knob Cerakoted. You can get a Jake coat done, I think, if you want, right? So that's an option. So just keep that in mind, everybody, if you have a theme. I think, Evan, I told you I might get this one done with like a black, like a graphite black or something like that. I think that'd be pretty slick. And just kind of
similar to what I want to do on mine. I want to get the mid and knob like Cerakote black.
I want to thank everybody who's already gone in so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people already. Thank you so much.
Cow.
Y'all were ready.
Nice work.
Holy crap. That's insane.
Yeah.
And again, I think you and I decided not to like purposely limit people, but we figured 75 units was about the top end that we felt comfortable handling. But this will be open for 15 days, so if we don't get to 75 first, 15 days. So if you are, Coffee says should have capped at 69 units. We still can. Just saying, we still can. But yeah, I've been obviously holding in how excited I am to announce that and be a part of this from my side, right? You've obviously run a lot of group buys, but for me to be able to announce that with you on stream, thank you, and that's huge. So thank you everybody so far. That's cool.
It's been fun partnering and actually like being able to not have to stress over like the logistics side of things for once.
Yeah, absolutely. I will handle all that stresses, although I'm going to lean on you to to help me with boxes and all that, but we talked about that for sure. Yeah,
it'll give me an excuse to come out there too.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Coffee says, sorry Hedgie, I can't afford ocean extras anymore. Hey, that's all good. You may still have time, by the way. Just saying, you may still have time, just based on, hopefully we get everything in the next month or so, and I'll immediately ship out all the purchased boards and then figure out what we're doing extra-wise and how that's going to be handled. Again, we have enough. So this is just separate conversation from a oceanographer standpoint, because I know someone pinged me on GeekHack the other day. I didn't like their message because they were like, oh, you're not updating the GeekHack thread. And I'm like, well, that's because VB Bulletin forums are like outdated as shit. So that's a you problem. Just so everybody's aware, if you were in the initial group buy for Oceanographer, you have a board that is A stock. We don't have any worries. We don't have to reorder any. Everybody who ordered one gets an A stock in the one you ordered. So that's the awesome news. The bad news is there's not a lot of excess B stock. That's where the issue becomes. But it is a high in demand board. We're going to come up with some options for B stock, potentially working in a partnership maybe with Jake and doing a special run of boards where it's not going to be that much more expensive, but we'll cover up some of the B stock anno problems, etc. We will address that at some point here in the very near future. So just hang tight. If you are still into Oceanographer, just chill. I promise that is going to be handled, and we are going to get those out as soon as possible. So I appreciate your patience there. Professor Barbecue said, Big Pog, first time chat. Welcome, Professor Barbecue. I appreciate it. I am thankful just from a streaming perspective. This has been a fun 3 days. I'm excited about Nashville on Saturday. That's going to be crazy. Especially with all the artisan makers there. We're at 383 followers for this channel, so the growth has been steady over the last year. By the way, we're like at officially a year. The growth has been steady. I'm very appreciative of everybody being here. I'm glad that we can provide this type of content. As a reminder, I know Mirari, you and I are going to work on Paintbrush probably next week at some point. If you have a board that you want me to build on stream, I will do so free of charge. I was going to say a bad word. I'm not a dick, and I will happily build at no charge. Just ask for shipping. Habaneros with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your night. I hope you've been here and you just decided to follow up. Icono says, yo, I'm going to be at the Nashville meetup. Well, guess what? You can type on Embrace when you're there. So how exciting is that? You get to see it built on stream, and then you get to type on it 2 days later. That's exciting. I will have all my boards. I'm bringing all of them. I know that's overkill, and a lot of people are like, oh, I'm being selective. I'm bringing 3 or 4. I feel like each board is unique in its own sense, and therefore you need to feel it and type on it. So looking forward to that. The only 2 you aren't going to be able to pick up, well, only 1 really, is the PC Ocean. And it's just because it's semi-fragile. But you'll be able to pick up everything else and have fun with that. Although maybe I should do the same for Coriander, right, Evan? based on what I did with the screw on the internals of Coriander.
Oh, gosh, that picture.
I can't believe that happened.
That hard to...
I didn't even like over tighten it. I put in the thick ring, and I think it just didn't grab very well, and I don't know. But I re-glued it. I haven't put I haven't put the screw back in yet. I re-glued it and I let it cure, and I just forgot. So it sounds good. But yeah, Piptine says, how much left? Plenty. There are plenty left, I promise. Reimer says he thinks he can make it to Nashville, which would be really exciting. Like to see there, Reimer, which I realize everybody knows what I look like. But I don't know what half or 90% of y'all look like. So you'll have to make sure you introduce me with your screen name just so I know who you are for sure. Let's change up the RGB, man. My favorite one, I swear, is these little, like, not these. Hold on. Not that. Although that's cool. I don't remember that. Maybe that's cool. I'll leave that one. That's so exciting. Only 2 units left. Get them while they're hot. That's what Coffee says. Yeah, well, actually, again, I'm impressed with the immediate purchase from a lot of people. It was not expected, but good value in the board, right? Leaf spring, hot swap, RGB, acrylic case, stainless steel mid and knob. It comes with everything you need except switches and keycaps and a stabilizer or 2. So you're getting the whole package, get nice feet. Nap said, how many Embrace in total? If you missed that, 75 total, or 15 days. So I think we're gonna technically on September, September 5th will be 10 days. So September 10th, it looks like, will be the end date for that group buy. So plenty of time still. I think you guys will be all right. If you want this board, I think you will get it. But once it's sold out, it is sold out. There will be no more. So
I wouldn't sleep on it. I mean,
yeah, I would not either.
People that didn't sleep on Vanagon round 1 were very happy. People that didn't sleep on Vanagon R2 were very happy. People that didn't sleep on Garbage Truck were very happy. So yeah.
And I paid for Vanagon R2 in the trade, and I managed to pick up Garbage Truck for a very, what I consider, reasonable price from Wallet Burner. He was nice enough to sell to me because he knew me, which was great.
How much did you end up paying him for that?
Yeah, right at 500. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, he hooked me up. It was funny. I got the board. It was built. and he was like, hey, can you desolder and send me back the alpacas in it? I was like, yeah, sure. And I plugged it in, and it didn't work. And I was like, what? Like, why is this not working?
He like never programmed it, right?
He never programmed it. He literally built it and never used it. I was like, what the hell?
Lame.
So I had a chance. Basically, that board was unused, so that was really cool. And again, it still sits back there, and I take that to work occasionally. It's always a fun one to show off at work, like, because it looks a little more normal, and then people get up and start typing on, and they're like, oh wait, it's missing stuff, and I'm like, yeah.
What the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, and of course with Terminal, it looks amazing. And the matching knob from Chrome Peacock, who is here as well, and he also mentioned potentially doing a knob for Embrace for me. I know he said we'd look at that too. Yeah, so maybe Chrome, maybe you can run that for some of the people who buy in the buy. Maybe you can offer that as a service. So just FYI, if you want to match a key set, something like that. He matched Toxic really well, but it turned out that knob actually matches Terminal even better. So that really ended up awesome. Clark Aston said, "Wait, how many are left? I just got it. Plenty are left still. Plenty are left, but." Clark says, when my GT when I got it didn't work either. The pins on the port were bridged and I had to redo it. Oof. But at least it's
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was strange.
Icona says, what's the giveaway for? Should we show that it's for?
Oh yeah, let's do the giveaway.
It's for these nuts. No, we should do the giveaway though. It is getting a little bit late here. We've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And Potsy says, willing to buy garbage truck. Good luck. You want to talk about Vanagon and garbage truck are probably the two hardest trash boards to acquire. I would think outside of like
my
Caravan
truck.
Yeah.
Not that long ago. It was like I think when I moved.
Yeah, that's right. You did, didn't you?
Yeah, and it went pretty high. I was surprised.
All right, so we are giving away a cargo van and cargo van PCB. The case is printed by Glow. The PCB comes from Maker Jake. You will need a Pro Micro or Elite C. It does come with diodes. You're gonna need your switches, but man, I almost wish I could build this. It'd be fun to go back and do it with the diodes again and kind of go through that process. But this would be a lot of fun. You can always sand and paint this case. So if you don't like the color, you can always change it. I'm happy to give you some instructions on how to paint 3D printed stuff. I'm actually really good at that, believe it or not. But yeah, this is the giveaway. So. TXD Keycaps, who followed earlier, says, my wallet is empty now. Awesome. That's exciting, man. Congrats. Again, I think everybody's going to enjoy this. I think 3 to 5 months is a very feasible and reasonable timeline based on Chris's schedule, of course, but we all know Chris tends to under-promise and over-deliver, which is a good thing. His quality is insane, obviously, so the OG Spiral Knights is 4,700. And C2 easiest trash boards to find. Haha. Yeah, that's right. Those two are also very. I mean, like all your boards are. I guess it's just due to low run, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and their desire.
Especially since closing my shop, like I just run what I can handle, and like 40K 700. Part of that was just that I originally planned to do like just a small run of 10, so I already had like the gaskets, and the company I got the gaskets cut at, like they don't offer that material anymore, so it was like. I'll just run it because I have the stuff. It's like adding on at the time like would have been more challenging, and then like C2 that was like a prototype run, so again just low count.
Okay. People that are asking how many are left. 55 spots left already, so 20 people have purchased. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's an impressive response. I feel good about that. Like that's amazing.
That's amazing. I'm humbled by that.
Yeah, it's the support is impressive for sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all this money when I run off with it, Evan. Sorry, it looks like a vacation looks good. But no, as we talked about.
I know where you live, man.
Yeah, I know. You do know where I live now. You know, it's funny. Actually it's funny. When someone made that comment in the Geek Hack thread about the oceanographer, I was like, there's no fear I'm not going anywhere. Like, everybody knows where I am, for the most part. They know I'm in the Atlanta area. They know I stream. The boards are back here. I truly have them. You've seen them. Like, they're here. I'm just waiting on parts, which sucks, and I'm kind of bound. But the good news is Taylor has been way more responsive lately. He's been helping me out on the back end. I know he hasn't been as public about like he went through some stuff and mentioned that. But he's way more responsive in terms of a couple of areas, which is super helpful. So Yeah, we're making progress with that, I promise. And so yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I've got too much reputation at this point to bail on everybody. So your extra money for Embrace, while it looks enticing, I can't do anything with it. I have to spend it on the boards anyway, so it's okay. No worries there. All right, I think we should close off the giveaway since we're kind of winding down here. Your thoughts? You think we should go that route? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so we got a lot of entries for this tonight. 83 entries. Wow. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and close it one more time. Exclamation mark raffle for the cargo van. If you have not entered, I'll give you 10 more seconds to do so. Then we'll go ahead and pick the winner. I say we, the system, will RNG the winner. Clark Aston's in. Awesome. And one more time, I think we're both very humble for the support to announce a group buy, and within 10 minutes have 20 units sold. That's impressive. So thank you. I thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right, I'm closing this entry. Coffee says, Hedgie, are the 40s losers getting coffee on Sunday before you drive home? I can, absolutely. Of course, Coffee is worried about coffee. Yeah. If you want to get together Sunday morning before I pop on out, absolutely. I'm trying to plan on leaving like 9:30, somewhere in there, just so I'm back like mid-afternoon in Atlanta. But that also requires another stop at Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's twice in 2 days. Let's go. I'm really looking forward to that. So, all right, I'm going to pick a winner. 3, 2, 1. Tears for Beers. Awesome. Tears, you are the winner of a cargo van. And actually, you know what? That's awesome. I want to do one more thing. Hold on, Evan. I'm feeling in a very giving mood. Okay. And since you're here, it's also... Let me make sure...
Oh my gosh, he's giving away his prototype Embrace. This is amazing.
Don't do that to people. Don't do that to people. I'm in a giving mood, though. That's messed up. All right. One more giveaway real fast. Let's do this. I'm going to timer it. It's going to be on a timer for 8 minutes. I feel like being weird. 8 minutes. Set this up real fast. Number 3.
Yeah, GT, you wish.
Yeah, just let me pull off the winner gets to pick a board off my shelves. How about that?
Wow.
No, obviously not. We're not going to do that. Okay. It is not an Embrace. It is an 8-minute giveaway. And oops, hold on. Let me just do one thing real fast. Let me edit this because it's always weird. Make this really enticing. All right, save, and we're gonna do a third mystery box giveaway real fast. So I've given away one last night, one the night before, one more mystery box giveaway.
Mystery box.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it should be cool.
What were the mystery box giveaways the last 2 nights?
I haven't announced them. I'm gonna ship them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a surprise until they get it. Dang.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You better
Yeah, it's mystery box. Should be good. Damn, I've got like so many pings in Discord right now. Holy cow. This is insane.
Like a Christmas tree.
Oh, Taylor made an announcement about Baja. It looks like Baja is not going to happen, which kind of stinks for a lot of people. So, awesome. Everybody, just these nuts on paper. That's what Coffee thinks it is. Man, I'm getting pinged from like my gaming friends. Yeah, I agree, Evan. I totally agree. Matty Ice, that's funny. Damn, sorry. Just going through all the pings, everybody. Okay. Cool. Anyway. We're all caught up. How many more minutes are left on this giveaway? let's take a look. 6 minutes. Of course, I can always close it early if everybody's already in, but looks like we still got a bunch of people entering right now. A lot of tickets, a lot of users. So what else is coming down the pike, Evan? I know obviously this is going to be the buy, or the next buy, but are you willing to talk about what you're working on right now?
Yeah, so I've got another keyboard in the works. I recently was lucky enough to participate in a commission somebody put together with Win keys.
Yep, Win keys.
And so I got these paperwork artisan caps. I'm not big into artisans, so I don't really know names of stuff. But
you in the artisans? There we go.
These are the caps that I got.
Yep, the paperwork Goober. I can't remember the 4 sculpts, but they look insane.
They're absolutely badass.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need a board to put them on, but most of the boards I use, I don't have keys that I don't use. I don't want to put them on a key that I'm going to be touching and fuck it up. So I've got a minivan design in the works that has a artisan column.
Yep.
On the right hand side, and the working name of the project is Hard On. So.
We're just sticking with the theme.
Embrace these nuts.
Hard On. Tinner says, of course, Hedgie already has it. I actually don't, but I have been privy to some design streams so far, which is great. So thank you for letting me see that, and I figured you could probably share a little bit, which is good to know. And I think you should just leave it at that. I know you're still working on a lot of things, but I've seen it. It looks really good, which is funny because I remember you saying Embrace was kind of like maybe take a break for a little bit after that, but it's funny what a little bit of artisan keycaps will do to you, right?
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a need.
Mirari says another board name idea is Grasp. God.
That's good.
That's not bad.
That might make the final name.
Yep.
A lot of times, like, I don't know if I've shared this before, but Vanagon, the working name for that was XXX 360 no scope XXX. You know.
Oh man. All right, another order rolled in. Let's go. So it's funny you mentioned the artisans. I obviously part of the reason I want to go to the Nashville meetup is a lot of artisan makers are going to show up there. Some big time name like Ariam from Bogan Caps and Chad from Rubber Hose and a couple others, and then Artkey is sending some really insane artisans for raffle. Like it's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm thankful. I picked up a couple of artisans recently, which were to help kind of complete some sets and all that. So the first is the Frooper from Brocaps, the white on black. So it's from the meme, the Kermit meme, with the Sith hoodie, which is awesome. And then I picked up, this one was the most expensive out of the Brocap set. I picked up the white on black Last Pilot. This one's awesome. And it's pretty basic, but some of these Last Pilots get pretty intense in terms of like colors and design. But this is really cool. And there's a Brobot in transit, so I'll have the entire set, which is really cool. Having 12 keycaps, including the gamer keys, of course. Having that full set is awesome. This arrived today. This is the OG Reaper in Star Clusterfuck. That's the actual name of the colorway, is Star Clusterfuck. Cool. But it is insane looking. See if I can get the camera to focus on this. There we go. Right here. Right about here, I think. There we go.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, so this is really cool. I'm really happy with this. This is a very OG keycap. Happy to get that. And then you have the Goo Bear from Win Keys. I picked up Factory Vital's Grayscale set. So the Grayscale set looks amazing. Of course, I've had the Bogan Caps keycap. I picked up a Hacker Capora, so it kind of goes with my terminal color keyways. So I'm excited. Look, my box is very minimal compared to what everybody's going to bring to the Nashville meetup, but very happy to have that. I took that picture with Vanagon with the with black on white, or white on black, excuse me, and then all the Brocaps artisans on there, and then Brocaps actually reposted that on Instagram, which was really cool. I thought that was awesome. So nice to get a little bit of recognition in that regard. So I'm slightly still in artisans. I still enjoy that a little bit, so no worries there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the entries. Boom. Awesome. So we are there. Those are some sweet Legos, Hedgie. Thanks for sharing. I like that. I am saving the Lurvanas, that Rainbow Lurvana set. That's saved for Field Trip. That's going to go across the top row in Field Trip. It should look pretty awesome. Which I am going to get the Field Trip Jade-coated. I just don't know what color yet. So I do know that that's going to happen. Not Silver's fine as a base color, Anno, but I want something cooler. So we'll go from there. All right, let's pick a winner for Mystery Box number 3. The last giveaway in our 3 days of 3 streams. Nikki Muzi. Awesome. Welcome. And I know Nikki's been hanging around for a couple of weeks now, so glad to see that they won. That's awesome. So for those of you who have not obviously gotten shipping info on your prizes, like I've got the 2 SA blanks, although one of them's Mirari's, he can just come pick it up from me. But the SA blank, 3 mystery giveaways, and the cargo van, I will hopefully get all those shipped out by tomorrow, if not a shipping label created, and Monday at the latest. So apologies for being late on that, but hey, it's free shit. So just,
you know what?
Yeah.
This has been such a great streaming night. Let's do one more giveaway.
Really? What do you want to do?
Yeah. I've got an SA TVK die sub keycap.
Okay.
R3. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I will add that.
Let's do it.
We're gonna put a much shorter timer on this, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put like.
All right.
Let's do 1 minute. You gotta sign up fast.
All right, 1 minute. I will let you guys know when I'm gonna start it. Hang on. Don't type yet. I promise I will let you know. This is the TVK SAR3 die sub keycap. Control C. Enterprise. Good luck. No, I'm just kidding. I was say good luck, bitches. That's not right. All right. Advanced. I'm gonna put another subscriber bonus on this. Just again, it's a thank you to my subscribers in this channel. You just get a little extra chance to win. So I appreciate that. All right. We ready? 1, 2, 3. 1 minute. Good luck. See who enters for this. Boom. Holy cow. Look at that chat go. Jesus.
That's awesome. I love it.
This is fun, man. This is fun.
It's fun giving stuff away.
Oh, I just like paying it forward. In fact, a shout out to Nevar if he ends up making it this far in the VOD. He is sending me a Goo Bear that he doesn't really want anymore, and I was like, yeah, sure. How much you want for it? And he's like, you've been awesome in the community lately. I just want to pay it forward. And I'm like, wow. And so it just makes me want to pay it forward on stream and stuff too, right? It's not a way to, I mean, it's a good way to get people to come hang out, but at the same time, like, I truly like giving you guys stuff and letting you experience things that I've experienced, etc. So happy to do that. Mariah says chat goes brrr. Yes,
it's pretty fun.
Also, I like that Mirari's like the only one to cash in his bits to highlight his chat. Like very few people do that. When I become more popular, when I become the most popular 40 streamer ever, and have like 200 people at a time viewing me, and I can't keep up with chat, it'll be good to highlight then. But no longer from that. So, all right, we have 2, 1, and I think it's over. You can no longer enter the raffle. There we go. Ash says, I want to sleep. Look, Hedgie, I got to stockpile my channel points for when you pop off. Awesome. Tenor says, saving these for a rainy day. There we go. Oh, my God. Are we going to do the cheer again? Please don't. Please don't do the cheer. I will ask that very nicely. Otherwise, I will mute your ass. So, just FYI. I got to change that chime to something else. It's a little loud. All right. 1, 2, 3. Professor Barbecue. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. Spam Tech Bandit. Subscribe with Prime. They've subscribed for 2 months. Legit woke up from bed to buy Embrace. That's insane. Thank you so much. I feel very humbled now. Ash says it's 5 a.m. Please stop. Ash, you can go. There's no more giveaways. I promise you, there's no more giveaways, okay? For those of you that have won giveaways tonight, please DM me on Discord. Send me your address so that I can send that out to you. Please. But otherwise, yeah. I'm done giving away stuff. I think we're 6 deep that I have to ship out now. So
there's a question that popped up.
Yes.
Swishy KB asked, "What is TVK, by the way?" So TVK is the company that I used to run, the keyboard company that I closed.
Yeah.
It stands for the Van Keyboards, which has its own story. I think it's on the wiki.
Yeah. Come on, Swishy.
If you go to
Swishy should know that.
trashman.wiki, you can learn about the origin story.
Swishy's been around long enough. I'm surprised he's asking that. And he wants a ride up to Nashville on Saturday. I may have to just kick him out since he didn't know that. And don't forget, Swishy, I'm coming to pick you up. Do not drive over to my house just so we have to drive past your house again. I swear to God, do not do that. Unless you truly feel like you need to come to my house at 7 in the morning, in which case, do not ring my doorbell. I will kill you. Swishy says I did know. Okay. All right. Well, I think it is 11:30 my time. I know it's 9:30 your time, 8:30, something like that. You 3 hours?
Yeah, 8:30.
Okay, 8:30. I want to thank you, Evan, for taking about an hour and change to come hang out, go through some interview questions.
Definitely. It's fun.
Mutants,
it's always fun to talk about.
Fucking
stuff.
Mutant. Mutant says rip SA ambassador. Yeah, I know.
You know, I want, that's one thing that, like, I'm gonna make happen some way, somehow, sometime. I don't know when. But that's like my grail set. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll I know that'll be something you'll work on for sure. I think it's just a bad timing with resin and with SP being so far backed up.
At a terrible time, like end of holiday season, nobody had money. And
yep.
I think the kit needs some slight adjustments.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out
for sure. All right. Well, I think we can start to bring the stream down. The energy has been fantastic tonight. Thank you to everybody that popped out. I think we averaged like 60 viewers at a time, which was fantastic for me, especially third stream in 3 nights. It's insane to keep that pace up. I'm really thankful for all the support, as always. I know I say this every single time. I'm truly, truly thankful for it. Evan, if you want to hang out for a few minutes just on Zoom real fast and we'll wrap up just separately, sure. That'll be awesome. But Rory says, anyway, we will continue with the 24-hour stream. Let's go.
Let's go.
One time, I may do it one time. I don't know if maybe I'll just save up like a bunch of content and just literally just overnight a stream. We'll see. That's a lot. Maybe like I'll pass out on stream. This thing leans all the way back. This chair literally can go vertical or horizontal, I should say. So Ash says, goodbye, I'm a walking corpse. Thank you for coming, Ash. I appreciate it. If anybody has any questions later on, I think Evan and I are both monitoring the channels, the Trashman server, 40's Discord. Ping me directly, ping Evan directly. It's fine. We're happy to answer any questions. But thank you, everybody. This has been awesome. And again, I'm very humbled. I know Evan is as well by the immediate purchase and response to Embrace. So thank you. Looking forward to helping provide a very, very awesome keyboard to you all. For those of you on going to Nashville, I'll see you Saturday. Please come say hello. Come type on my boards. If I'm not near my boards, come like yell for me. I may be wearing the hat. We'll see. But yeah, excellent. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic night. And I guess we'll see you next week. Bye.
Yes. That was fun.